you're going to be destroyed. No matter what happens to me, Joe, you're done. It's like Captain Ahab and the whale. If you're a whale, you're fighting a big squid 10 times bigger than you. I'm gonna squeeze you slowly, just slowly. Slowly, the big tough Hollywood guy. Squeeze and give you what you want, Hollywood. God wants me to wage war. God told me, destroy Joe Rogan. Yes, sir, Jesus. I will do it. No more games. War. A real thing. War. 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 You want war against our children? You want war against God? You will get war. The harvest of war is here. I'm gonna get you. I'm coming for you. You've chosen your bed. Sleep in it. Don't give me any more pleasantries. I want war. Give me your attacks. Everything. Now you understand. I'll get my hands around your neck. All your tough guy crap's gonna end real quick. God wants purity. God wants things hot and cold, not lukewarm. Because we've taken down Hillary, and we've taken down the globalists, and we're going to take down Soros, and we're going to take you down. I'm going to expose all of it, every bit of it, everything. I will detonate, thanks to God's blessing, not the defeat of Hillary, but the next great mission before I'm done. I will detonate the war that leads to your destruction. And Joe is only a baby in this. But he's an example of these fools who must first be destroyed before they're cleansed. The animated contest for liberty is waiting for you.
I closed the wrong one there. But we're back. I just brought you in.
Wait, where's my intro?
You want it?
Yeah.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
Jeez, it's only been like 6 episodes and you're already falling to pieces. What happened? The structure was set. All of a sudden, you're just collapsing in front of me. This show's gone downhill. You got a fancy streamer thing on the bottom, and everything else just falls apart. I quit.
No, you don't. You can't. I'm holding you here against your own will.
If it wasn't for this video we gotta watch.
Oh man.
I would totally leave. It's the only thing keeping me here is the 6 minutes. That's it.
You know, the last 30 minutes, the last 30 seconds of the video is probably going to be shout out to Patreon.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
So,
geez, I wonder how much money this guy makes. Yeah. Dude, what would be really funny, though, is at the very end, it actually goes to, it's actually a minute and a half of credits, and it's there's a half a dozen writers, and then there's 12 editors, and all this garbage. And then, Patreons as well, but it's it turns out that this crap was written by a team of writers.
Yeah, that would be something to figure out. Because right now, we've talked about Poe, we've talked about Finn, and now we're getting
Did we finish Finn, or are we still technically in the end part of Finn? We
finished Finn.
Okay,
the last bit is about Luke.
We're doing Luke. Oh no, we've made it to Luke, and hopefully before we, actually I don't even care if we're done or not, but hopefully Jam Sully will show up while we're doing this garbage. He got us into this. He'll get us out of it.
Possibly. All I know is that Luke in The Last Jedi...
He's been reduced to a feckless, bedwetting, parmesan-shaving imbecile who revels in his own uselessness.
Pretty much sums up his character.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. He's a coward. He's betrayed his morals. So he's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Everybody hates hypocrites. Hypocrisy.
The thing that
you ever see the Norm Macdonald the sketch he had, or not the sketch, but the jokes about Bill crap, not Bill. What's the dude? Famous show, started raping people.
Bill Cosby?
Yeah, it is Bill. Bill Cosby. Yeah, you seen his Bill Cosby jokes? They're pretty funny.
I mean, his OJ jokes were pretty good.
Oh yeah, those were solid as well. Murder is now legal in the state of California.
And you're fired from SNL.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did you hear how that actually went down? Was that the like head producer or whatever of the network was like friends with OJ and Michael Jackson, and so he started getting tired after, because dude, Norm turned it into like his thing was that every week he would just tell jokes about OJ and jokes about Michael Jackson, and that just like became his go-to thing for like a few months straight. And after about a month of it or so, the producer was like, not the producer, but the owner was like, "Hey, cut out the jokes about them, do jokes about other stuff." And he was like, yeah. And then continued to make jokes about him. And then he's like, "Okay, you're fired." But because he's not funny.
Yeah,
they
definitely
fired
not
him
funny.
because he wasn't funny. That's the reason they gave. You're not funny. And he's like, "Oh, that's bad because I'm a comedian. I don't have anything to fall back on. If I'm not funny, I'm gonna be broke. I'm out of work."
Yeah, and he's still around. He's still very popular.
Yeah, dude, it wasn't even like 2 months later they brought him on to be the host of SNL for the night. The person that gets to do the opening monologue and is featured in every sketch.
Yep.
Like 2 months later, and then his opening monologue was just like tearing into SNL for the fact that it's not as funny as it used to be.
Because he's not there.
Well, no, he was like, "How on earth?" He really solid logic. He's like, "How on earth am I being the host if I'm not funny? Like, I got fired for being not funny." And he's like, "So the only thing I can think of is that SNL's gotten so not funny that I'm funny again."
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's solid logic.
I love Norm Macdonald.
Oh, dude, he's he's my top 5 and my top 5 favorite comedians.
Nick DiPaolo is also a good one.
Yeah, he is. He is good. He does a lot of he did the thing where he went around talking about, what was it? He was wearing some shirt about Epstein's Island. And like, I don't remember if he was doing tour guy. Like he was, I don't remember. Yeah, he does some crazy stuff. He's a funny dude.
He also said that he picked up vaping. And has several jokes that I cannot repeat on Twitch.
Oh, Twitch. You're so sensitive.
I mean, they have a lot of they have a thing that prevents it from spamming, and I revoked its permissions, but it's still in the channel. I don't know how to get rid of it.
What? Twitch spams you?
No. Like, if somebody does like a raid or something, like what happened last time, in the chat it said that Nightbot, who I revoked permissions for, and got rid of it off my channel on Twitch, is still the moderator somehow.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I don't know anything about bots. All I know is that they're usually Russian. And they don't like The Last Jedi or the election. For some reason, robots are really against our elections and Star Wars.
Who knows?
They have an interesting personality. And they're all Russians.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty low energy tonight.
So am I. This is This whole video in itself,
dude, this has been
me.
Quite a marathon. A wealth of knowledge has been. We've been enlightened. I freaked out this morning because I forgot that last night I hung up the R bomb, and I woke up this morning and I saw it on the ceiling and I was like, "What the crap is that doing there?" And then I remembered. But yeah, I was freaking out for a minute.
Oh,
but it's still there. I didn't knock it. I didn't knock it down.
Knock it down yet?
No, not yet. I'm hoping I won't have to, but I would like to get rid of it. It's taking up a lot of space in my living room.
I mean, who knows? It might just pop up sometime.
Yeah, let's get this started. I just want to get it over with.
I get that. Let's go.
Curses, James. Oh, I forgot to one last thing before we start. I have successfully taken over the stream. The Bear Thing Show has usurped the stream as the co-host.
You've been the co-host already. We get it.
Yeah, I know.
You usurped it entirely at this point.
Yep, I'm going to say that every time.
Oh, boy.
Because I'm not officially the co-host. I'm stealing the co-host.
I wish I had a... You're the only regular one.
Yeah, it's because I'm boring and uneventful.
I don't know about that. But
okay, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Here we go. How he's actually an amazing male hero because he subverted our expectations of what we thought a male hero was like. Hooray.
Let's go.
Fans were expecting Luke to appear as a triumphant badass, the one they remember, or rather misremember, from the original trilogy.
I remember seeing that.
The thing is, Luke was never really depicted as a great Jedi warrior.
Come on, can you reach my lightsaber?
He was still learning. He wasn't a great warrior because he was still learning. He was still going through the hero's journey.
In this movie in particular, he actually is very competent. You know, the entire opening scene where he like chokes multiple people out, kills a Rancor with a bone, and dropping a door on it. Then he goes on to save everyone by doing tricks and flips with his laser sword. You know, because that's what they like to call them these days, laser swords. Yeah, he did a lot. He did a lot of very impressive things that saved everyone's life. Yes, the first two movies, he was not a good Jedi at all. Like, I mean, he didn't complete his training. He didn't listen to the people who were giving him wisdom. He ran off, nearly got himself killed, and jeopardized everything. And then he just got lucky. That's it. He got lucky to live. And then once he's like, okay, gonna complete my training, Yoda's like, duh, bro, you missed out, bro. I'm out. Peace. Like, thankfully we have someone else who might be the chosen one. Because it ain't you. You're a failure. And then he's like, well, I'm gonna prove you wrong. And he becomes a Jedi Master.
Yeah.
What a bold move for George Lucas as well. This is something I forget the guy's name, but he did the voices for like a lot of the characters in the Clone Wars. Ryan something. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, he does Obi-Wan. He does Darth Maul. He does several voices. I think he even does Palpatine, and he does a lot of voices in the Clone Wars. But he's a huge, huge Star Wars fan. And I was listening to an interview he was giving, and I loved what he said about George being bold between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi when it comes to Luke, because, you know, it's like, oh, they all sit down and be like, okay, so what are we going to do with this next movie? And it's like, yeah, in the last one, you know, Luke nearly got killed because he didn't listen to his elders. and he didn't obey them, and so it nearly got everybody killed. And it's like, so what are we gonna do now, George? He's gonna listen to her. I was like, no, he's not gonna listen to him. It's like, but what? And it's like, yeah, because this time he's an adult, and as an adult, you can't just listen to the people older than you. You got to make your own decisions and be brave and bold. And so he's gonna, they're gonna tell him to kill Vader, and he's gonna say, no, I'm not gonna kill Vader, and he'll win the day. And it's like, wow, that's pretty crazy. Obviously, I'm not doing it justice that the other guy, his speech was really good. But it is a really cool thing that I think George did with the writing.
I figured out who it was. It was James Arnold Taylor.
Nope, that's not who I'm thinking of.
That's who did it in the Clone Wars.
I'll have to find out who I'm talking about.
Which Clone Wars are you talking about? 2003 or 2005?
I don't know. I'll find him. I'll look him up in just a second. While we're watching this card. But the point being that he's saying we've misremembered Luke. He was never really a good Jedi, and he's showing us this clip to try and be like, look, he has to rely on his friends. So
every good
Rey's
hero
better.
has to.
Yeah, I feel like he's trying to make the argument that Rey was a better Jedi because she solved everyone's problems all the time and never needed help from anybody. She solved Han Solo's problems. She solved Finn's problems. She solved Poe's problems. She saved the bad guy through sheer will. She defeated the Emperor by doing exactly what he told her to do, but she did it with a pure heart. So she beat him. She did it, like, brought Kylo back to life just for Kylo to bring her back to life and die. They had a friendship kiss. It was just a kiss of friendship. There was no romance in it. That's what the book says. The book says it was a friendship kiss.
Yeah, that's like saying that straight men cuddle and kiss as a bromance.
You don't? That's weird. Sounds like you sound homophobic.
I'm not.
Dude, you're not straight? Because you're sounding pretty gay right now.
I don't know.
Dude, it's super straight to cuddle with your bro.
You're right.
Get that. Let's move on.
Yeah, sure.
When Luke says this,
Think what? I'm gonna walk out with a laser sword and face.
God, I hate that line.
First order.
his words
Can we
are
stop?
a reaction to Rey's.
He does that, by the way.
Yeah, except he
I know
does
it's
it as a projection of himself.
Yeah, it's a projection. But I just think it's so stupid that it's like, well, you think I'm going to go out there like a big old dummy? And he's like, at the end of the movie, he's like, I'm going to go out there like a big old dummy and die, even though it's a projection. It took so much of my will and my stamina to do it that I died.
Oh, I hate this
Although,
movie.
Yeah, to be honest, I always interpreted that scene that he was like, I've done all that I need to do, and now I'm going to pass on. Like, I didn't think that he did it and it killed himself.
Yeah.
I think that was people kind of overreacting. I get why they take it. I mean, you can also argue that it really, through editing, it looks like Rey kills Leia because of the way the shots are done in The Rise of Skywalker. But that's definitely not what the intention was. It just does look like it. And it's the same thing where it does look like Luke killed himself because of exerting too much force or something. But I'm pretty sure he chose to pass on, not that he just died.
Yeah, I think he did choose to leave the mortal plane. But at the same time, it's framed so poorly in the movie. Everything in this movie is framed poorly.
Yeah.
We pointed that out last time.
I know. That's why I don't think there's really much more for me to say. But I mean, we are talking about Luke now, so maybe it'll be something different. But I feel like we're just going to keep retreading the same ground. Like, we're just running in circles as this guy. Because, I mean, he's using circular logic, I guess, would be a way to put it. And it's forcing us to keep stating the same things over and over again. Basically just be like, no, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. It's just getting tiring.
I hope they have the scene in there where what was it? Luke is with Rey and she's in the dark place thing. I don't remember what it is.
The dark side pool of water with the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
like an empire.
I've only seen this power once before.
And I wasn't scared of it enough then.
But I'm scared of it now.
Or afraid of, I don't know. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, it's dumb. Oh, it's dumb. And who is he? Is he referencing Kylo? Is he referencing Vader? Palpatine? Is he referencing? He's probably referencing Palpatine. And I don't think when they wrote it he was, but that's probably what people would argue.
No, he was scared of Palpatine.
Yeah, of course. Who wasn't?
Because he didn't know what Palpatine was capable of. So who could it be?
Palpatine slapped him. Palpatine was there was. Oh my goodness, that's one thing I thought was amazing about the movies and what George set up for, where it's like, hey, you're gonna get to the final boss, and guess what? You're not good enough. You can't beat him. You're not gonna beat him. There was no way Luke could have beat him. Your dad's got to beat him and fulfill his own prophecy. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful way to end it, where it's like we're following this hero, and then even in the end, after he's become so great and confident and an amazing Jedi warrior, even though this guy says he wasn't, he gets, when it comes to the very end, it just wasn't enough. Still wasn't enough. All of his friends are going to die. The Empire's going to win. He's going to just get melted on the floor, I guess. And and it's sad. I thought it was a really cool idea.
Yeah,
I never took it though. Luke wasn't a good. I guess I misremembered. I guess this dude's right. I misremembered. Luke wasn't a good Jedi warrior. He couldn't even beat Palpatine, but Rey could.
Yeah, somehow by crossing two lightsabers together.
Didn't you know?
To cut through Force lightning.
No, she pushed it back. She didn't cut through it. She literally did what Mace Windu was doing, except one wasn't enough. So when she did two, it was able to reflect it enough to vaporize him. Because remember, he's already been shot. This is one thing, too, that was really stupid about that scene. We watched him in episode 3 get shocked by his own lightning. And it hurt him, but it wasn't it wasn't, I don't think that we've ever seen his lightning actually be like, oh yeah, it disintegrates people, dude. No, it's the same way that you kill anybody with lightning. It's just too much jolt, the heart can't take it, and it stops.
Also, Palpatine's the only one that cannot turn off his Force lightning once he starts it.
There's a book explanation for that.
But
I'm not going to go into it. James Sully might go into it if
he's also
shows up. I don't want to go into it.
He also shocked himself whenever Vader was lifting him in episode 6.
Yeah, exactly. And it didn't disintegrate him. But apparently when Rey, I guess 2 lightsabers somehow multiplies the strength of the lightning. Well, they also kind of argue that Palpatine's even stronger in The Rise of Skywalker because of the fact that he sucked up the Force energy of the dyad, right? Because he does the Force sucky suck and steals power from Rey and Kylo, which is why Kylo dies the first time, because obviously Rey's too good to die. Basically kills Kylo. I mean, he throws him off a pit too, and then Kylo does climb back up the pit. It's been a while.
Yeah,
it's stupid. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's not that good. But yeah, then all the Jedi, all the Sith, and that brings up something that I wanted to address, but it hasn't been a good time to address it until this moment. The Jedi are assholes in the sequel trilogy. The Jedi are all the worst because freaking between JJ and Ryan, they established that a Force ghost can call down fire from the sky, can use Force pull, to lift stuff up out of the water, can interact with physical items because Luke Skywalker catches the lightsaber and hands it back to Rey. So they can sit on logs, which I know that was George Lucas did that, but that one is more, I think, excusable. But all this stuff, they can literally show up and teleport anywhere they want to talk to people. They all show up at the end of The Rise of Skywalker to essentially help Rey win. But at any point, Yoda could have just teleported to the throne room in episode 6 and been like, Force lightning, and killed Emperor. Killed Palpatine right then and there. Just, it's like, oh yeah, you guys are all jerks. You're all a bunch of jerks. And they weren't before because, it came across like when the Jedi passed away, the only thing they could do is be mentors. Like they could pass on their knowledge. I know, it makes more sense that it's like, hey, guess what? I'm so powerful that even when I die, I can bring my spirit back to guide you. But you still have to save the world. It's up to you to become stronger and be the hero because you can physically interact in the physical world.
Plus, do you want to know the novelization of episode 5's explanation of the Force Ghost?
What is it?
So, the Force Ghosts can only appear to those they have a strong connection with.
Well, then why did Mace Windu and Ahsoka Tano and Anakin and so on all appear at Rey at the end to empower her? How do they have a what? They never knew her.
Exactly. That's the point.
They never knew how it. Oh God. Oh God, this just gets worse. And today on Star Wars Trivia, you'll see how much worse it does get.
Oh my God.
Because most of the Star Wars trivia I have lined up for today has to do with the sequel trilogy. Woo!
Oh, the thing that I'll know just enough to know that I don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect. And I'm going to give you more reasons not to like it in Star Wars Trivia coming up later this evening.
Oh boy. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
It's assumptions. But those lines can also be read as a response to fan expectations. As I mentioned earlier, it's assumed that Hollywood heroes, especially men, will grow exponentially more powerful over time.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Gandalf's not a man. He's a wizard. He's essentially an angel.
He is sorry.
Yeah, exactly. He's like a lesser god. Like he'd be like on the same classification in Greek as like a titan.
No, he would be considered a demigod.
Okay, wait. Are titans stronger than the gods?
Titans.
What am I thinking?
Titans came about before the gods. They are the predecessors to the gods.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, not Titan. Yeah, more like a demigod. Yeah, exactly. Because it's he was created by the gods to be able to fight gods. So,
such as
not a man. Not a man. Totally not a man.
No.
Played by a man. He's played by a man.
As a human,
not a man.
Has the form of a man.
But have you ever noticed how we're so limited on Earth when it comes to making fiction that when we want characters to be played by things, they have to be played by people? So like even if you're like, hey, this is an angel or this is a god, they're always played by people. And so it's really easy when you're making a video essay to be like, look, we always expect men to get stronger, and then you show essentially a god among men. He's a man, right? He looks like one.
Yeah.
And just, seriously, this dude must not have actually. I was really excited that you showed a Lord of the Rings clip, and now I'm not, because it turns out he doesn't know what he's talking about, even when it comes to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I think he has some Lord of the Rings videos, and I don't want to cover them.
Oh no. Or this is just another case of the video essay sin of showing unrelated footage to the thing you're talking about.
Yeah, no.
Because that is a very common thing.
I've gone through Pop Culture Detective's channel and looked at a couple of his videos. Yeah, no, he doesn't do that. Everything that he puts in there is in context to what he is saying.
Okay, dude, that does put him a cut above the rest. His points still might be bad, but that's something that a lot of people don't do. So I'll give him credit then. So he genuinely meant to show that while saying what he said.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it's a bad example. So.
Because I wanted to make sure that I understood the places that he was coming from in other videos, and doing a little bit of research in downtime.
That's good. I don't do that. So that's good. I'm glad you were doing that.
Because I wanted to see if he would fall into some of the video essay sends, but no, everything that he puts up on screen is in context of what he says.
Okay, well, dude, I'm gonna give him a point. He gets a brownie point. Good job, man. You're better than a lot. I mean, you still need 10 points to be good, but I give you 1.
At least, well, here's another one. His scripts follow his logic. They actually are well-written scripts and keeping coherent with the rest of the video.
I would also say that this has actually had structure that was sound and like cohesive. Like as he's moved from point to point, it hasn't just been a jarbled mess.
Exactly.
So yeah, there you go. I'll get 3 points. Good job.
Still not a good video.
Yeah, still not 10, but 3. Better than a lot of people. I've never made a video essay, so I'm not allowed to critique video essayists. Isn't that the logic people use, right? You've never made a movie. How could you critique a movie?
I don't like that logic.
Oh, man, me neither. How could you critique a video game? You've never made a video game.
Yeah, but I play the video game.
Yeah. How could you critique that food? You've never made food.
Little do people know that I enjoy cooking.
Yeah, that's not the point, though. You're not a 5-star chef, so you can't judge a 5-star chef. Even if you eat it and you're like, dude, this is crap. What were you thinking?
I learned how to cook from Alton Brown and
he could literally turn around. He could literally turn around and say, hey, well, you're not a 5-star chef, so you don't know. It is good. Eat it.
Thank you, good eats.
Anyways, let's
the
keep going.
expectation is that once a man has conquered his demons, those demons will stay conquered forever.
No!
Well, I'm going to agree with him on that. But let me put a caveat. Before you try and rebuttal me. That's low tier writing. That's low tier to be like, hey, you conquered the demon, therefore it's happily ever after. That's like not first degree, because first degree writing is when you write Mary Sue's and stuff. Like that's when you don't even know what you're doing with writing. You just make the perfect character. But then the next one is that you learn how to, okay, I can give them flaws and they'll conquer those flaws. But then they stay conquered. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that's not much depth, but it's more depth. And then a good writer will write a character in such a way that he might overcome these challenges, but it's still a constant struggle. Like Iron Man and alcoholism. That's good writing.
Yeah. Or Afro Samurai as well.
I need to watch that again. I've only watched it once. I need to watch that again.
Because remember, Afro Samurai is a story of revenge. And he goes around killing all these people that are trying to kill him to get his headband. And he knows that the people that he kills, because they're after him, their children may hold resentment to him and come after him later.
Yes, it's a never-ending cycle.
As he is on his warpath of avenging his own father. So he will always struggle with having somebody come after him and get revenge for him for the things that he's done. So
as he goes to seek revenge. That's a really good, I like that. That's good. That's a good story. Because he's becoming the monster that he's trying to kill.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really good. I need to watch that again. I've only seen it once.
It's really good. And then the sequel to it, Resurrection.
I didn't know there was a sequel.
The sequel's really good too.
That's pretty rare.
I mean, Empire Strikes Back is better than the original.
You take that back. Nah, yeah. I think you're right. I'd have to agree. I like Empire better than Episode 4. But I still put Episode 4 as number 1.
It's understandable.
I totally love that movie so much. But yeah, it's almost like both 4 and 5 should hold number 1 spot, if that was possible.
If only. But let's keep going.
But even though Luke rejected the dark side back in Return of the Jedi,
I'll never turn to the dark side.
His struggle to resist the temptation of absolute power isn't over.
Yeah, fair.
He didn't thing is, he never really struggled with absolute power. He was just trying to free the galaxy of the Empire.
Yeah, I think he's conflating Anakin and Luke.
Yeah, Luke and Anakin are completely different characters.
Yeah, Anakin wanted power, and he wanted power because he needed power to save the people that he cared for. Where Luke, I don't know, Luke never really seemed to be power hungry, or even cared to necessarily get stronger. He had a good heart. I think that's really what it comes down to. I also think that he went so long, like Anakin was put in a weird spot where he'd never done anything. He was at such a young age that he never did anything to help anybody, like majorly, like free slaves or, stuff that had been on his mind that he wanted to do since he was even younger than when we meet him. He wasn't even able to finish a pod race. Then we meet him. He meets the Jedi, finishes the pod race. He becomes a Jedi. He learns how to be a Jedi, all this other stuff, and then uses that power to achieve his goals. Luke was like 18 or 19 when we met him. So he was already like used to overcoming challenges through his ability to fly, or pilot, I should say, his ability to pilot and his use of a blaster. And then when we watch him through episode 4, that's really what he does to save the day. It's before he even really knows that how to use the Force. Like he has a little bit of he touches it. He touches it maybe twice in the movie. And that's it. That's his whole taste of the Force. And then you go into The Empire Strikes Back, and he uses the Force to pull the lightsaber and then lift a couple rocks while he's balancing, holding, running through the jungle with Yoda. Like, he didn't. Where Anakin immediately learned how to use the Force to get what he wanted, and so then wanted more and more of it. Luke had already started saving the world before he even knew it, like knew the Force. So I think he has a different mindset.
I think so. I think he has a completely different mindset, mainly because the people that were also around him at the time. Because Leia and Han balanced him out very well.
Yeah, definitely.
And
yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, but apparently, no. As soon as the credits rolled, he was like, "Stronger! I must be stronger!" And then I'm gonna kill my my nephew.
Oh my god! I don't know why they decided to destroy Luke's character.
You know what annoys me the most, I think, is I'm okay if this is how Luke is, but you have a much more interesting story that took place between episode 6 and episode 7 that I would like to have seen. Because if you're telling me that Luke Skywalker turns into this guy, I'm like, oh, okay, that's crazy. You got to tell me how. And they just don't.
They really don't.
They just don't. They're just like, no, that's just how he is. It's like, wait, but how? How did the most optimistic guy in the galaxy turn into this crazy old hermit who's a nihilist?
Because he's touched by the dark side, apparently.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, though? Like, wouldn't whatever took place between 6 and 7 make for a better trilogy, where the end of it is that we see Luke as he is in this movie? It's like we get to the end of it and we see how he fell. It almost mirrored Anakin. It almost mirrored 1, 2, and 3 in a way, where we watch the fall of a character. Because that's the thing that really makes 1, 2, and 3 actually good. Because I mean, there's a lot of meme value. There's a lot of jokes about how terrible and stiff the dialogue is. But the one good thing is watching Anakin fall.
It is.
It really tells you a lot. And so you actually have a lot more going on there to watch a character rise, to get 6 movies with a character, right? 3 of him rising to become a hero, and then 3 more movies watching him fall to become a nihilist. That's powerful. You could do a lot with that. You can't just jump to nihilist and be like, bruh, you just gotta believe me. This is how he is now. It just doesn't work.
By the way,
Yay!
finally made it.
Dude, good to see you. Well, I guess I don't see you. Good to hear you.
Good to talk to you guys. I see you guys have made it. You know what? I'll give you guys props. You made it 15 minutes into this video.
Yeah.
I know it hasn't been one sitting, but.
Yeah.
No, it's been 3 now. Because it took us 4 hours to get through, what was it? 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Did we get through 8 minutes the first time? I thought we only made it to 4.
No, we made
first
it
time
to
was
6.
Yeah.
Oh,
6
wow.
minutes. And then the other day we sat down and hammered it out. We got 8 more minutes done. And then we're on the last 6. It's been about 40 minutes and we've watched a minute?
Yeah, 1 whole minute now.
Oh wow. Okay.
So we're getting there.
What were you getting on about?
Oh, that Luke Skywalker is a nihilist in this movie.
Yeah. You mean Jake Skywalker?
Yeah. Well, see, the main point I was making, I hate to repeat myself, especially for people listening back to this, but to quickly summarize, what I was saying is whatever took place between episode 6 and episode 7 that turned Luke into this person, that is a much more interesting story that they should have told. Instead of just saying, no, believe us, this is who he is now.
Dude, I would have loved to see that movie because then I could accept, the Skywalker we have.
Yeah, I was saying I think it would be a beautiful tragedy because 1, 2, and 3 was almost a little too quick to watch Anakin fall. But so to have 6 movies with a hero where we get to see him grow and become the savior of the Empire, to then 3 movies later, so 3 movies of him growing, and then 3 movies later, all of a sudden he's this not senile, but he's this old nihilist hermit. He's not senile, but he's this old nihilist hermit. And so to watch that fall, that would be some beautiful tragedy. That'd be something I think I would really enjoy.
So that's something to point on, that all current heroes, and this is one thing that's also touched on in the new Powerpuff Girls live-action remake, where there are 20-somethings that are disillusioned nihilists of how they grew up.
It's this postmodernism, man. Postmodernism, everything, for some reason, all the millennials that have grown up to get into these positions of now creating media and writing stuff, they've just brought nihilism with them. I don't understand how, but this is the road postmodernism has gone down, is it's created a bunch of nihilists.
You know what? I actually just got called that the other day. Literally the other day.
For what?
My stance on death and stuff like that, and kind of some of my beliefs.
Well, one thing is, and I might be saying this out of ignorance, but nihilism in moderation isn't bad.
No, not at all.
It's okay to have nihilistic thoughts because it's almost being a realist when it comes to certain things. But to then idolize nihilism, how all these new things are where it's the heroes of the stories, they're the nihilists. It's wait, we're getting a little heavy-handed with this nihilism thing. There should be some hope.
And maybe
just a little bit.
Problem, right, is that we fail to see the hope in the world that we live in, and so it gets transferred into all of the media and everything else.
Right.
It's like they never learned anything from the story of Pandora's box. No matter what gets out into the world, hope will always remain.
Right, and
is that the actual thing for Pandora's box?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about Tomb Raider, the Tomb Raider movie, Pandora's Box.
I actually mean the story of Pandora.
Or are you talking about Splinter Cell 2, Pandora Tomorrow?
No. The Greek myth.
Yeah, that's probably the Pandora Tomorrow and Chaos Theory are the 2 best Splinter Cell games.
I was just more thinking that name doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, it's because this terrorist has anthrax bombs all across the world, and every day he makes phone calls, and his code word to, in order to prevent himself from being killed by any governments, every day he has to make phone calls to all these different people, and he gives them the daily code and then says Pandora Tomorrow, which means reset the timer. And if I don't call you by this time tomorrow, blow everybody up.
Okay.
And it's actually really good. It's a really good story. Tom Clancy.
Well, off topic. Tom Clancy does some amazing stuff, but off topic of that. So we were talking about the actual Pandora.
Yes.
I didn't realize that was actual hope was the whole thing of it all.
Yeah, hope is the last thing to leave the box. And the box is supposed to represent the human soul.
Hmm.
Okay.
Now I actually want to read this story.
So essentially, the box is a human soul, which means it can contain a lot of bad, but at the end of the day, there's still always hope.
Yes, and no matter what is put out into the world from the human soul, hope will remain within the soul.
That's beautiful. Okay. That's poetic. I love it. I like that a lot. We should watch the rest of this video.
Briefest moment of pure instinct. I thought I could stop it.
And he's still scared of the darkness hiding inside himself. Just as he was as a young man back on Dagobah.
That itself is a powerful scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
We talked about it before, that he goes in there against Yoda's orders of leaving everything outside the tree.
Right. Yeah, Yoda definitely doesn't say don't go in there, but he's like, what should I bring? He's like, nothing. Like, leave everything. You don't need a weapon. Don't bring a weapon. And he does. And that's what leads to this, is because the dude's kind of right here, though, about what he's saying, where it's like he's realizing that if he keeps going down this path, he is going to become Vader. But it's also a nice little foreshadowing that Vader and him are blood relatives.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do like the idea that this guy's presenting, where it's like Luke, even after defeating, after saving the day or whatever, even though he didn't save the day, Anakin saved the day. He still struggles with the dark side. And that's beautiful, because he does. Even in the books, he struggles with the dark side. This is actually the only part that I've been agreeing with this guy on. I just don't think he's arguing the same thing I'm arguing. Like, I feel like I'm making a better argument for him that's not for the point that he's making.
So would you be arguing a better point?
That Luke does, because he's really got good depth, that he never truly gets past the dark side. He struggles with it even to his old age, even in the books.
Yeah.
There was the time he literally fell to the dark side.
And then came back and was the most powerful Jedi, because he could balance himself out between the light and the dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was a really good story. It's really well written. I don't know the point that this guy's trying to make. I feel like so if I understood his argument, he's saying, no, the way that Luke is actually better than what you remember him as being as, because he has more depth to his character than you thought he did. Is that basically what he's saying? The fact that he's a nihilist is actually better. He's a better character for being a nihilist.
Essentially.
Okay. See, and I disagree with that. But then the thing is, whenever he sits down to start arguing some points here, I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. I like that. I like what you said there. But I guess I'm like looking at it sentence by sentence. So I'm like, that sentence, I like that sentence. And then he puts it in the paragraph, and I'm like, what the crap? How'd you get here? That sentence was really good, though.
I don't know. After watching this the first time, I accept what he says on Luke. Beyond that, I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
Dude, I was arguing real hard when it came to Poe and Finn. But now that we're at Luke, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I'd say my expectations have been subverted, and I'm almost agreeing with him. It's weird. I didn't expect to. But I mean, there's another 5 minutes. And I'm sure within those 5 minutes, I'm going to be like, oh, never mind, you lost me there.
Oh, no, you're going to love the last 5 minutes. I believe you are going to enjoy this.
Oh, good.
Is it mental gymnastics?
We'll find out.
Okay.
You're a masochist.
Let's go.
Although this older version of Luke Skywalker is consistent with his characterization from the original trilogy, angry fans still believe that The Last Jedi represents a downgrading of his power and his status.
Downgrading of his power and status?
The fan theory is exacerbated by the fact that it's a young, untrained female Jedi.
Oh no, we're really doing this.
No. It doesn't matter about whether they are male or female.
Dude,
it just matters, did they get trained? Like, because like we can say that someone's powerful and be like ridiculously, you know, talented. Because we can go to Bane, right? Bane used the Force on his own without knowing it and was pretty good at it. But then, like, to get actually to the point where he could fight other people, he had to get training.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he wasn't even able to go toe to toe with a Sith apprentice until he really trained.
Exactly. Like,
and then after he finished training, he really was the strongest.
Yes, and like it was like, well, Bane was already super powerful, and it's like, oh, cool, we know he's super powerful. How does he get to the point where he's god level, like, you know? And
yeah, like, well, taking on masters.
Yeah, he went through a lot of training, and he, like, yes, he had an affinity for it, which meant that he was naturally gifted.
We lost you.
Yep,
he's gone.
Oh no,
he'll be back.
Well, he just had.
There he is. He's back. Oh no,
no, he's gone again.
Okay.
His mic keeps on cutting out.
Well, he's making a good point, and I stand by it, even if we don't get to hear the whole sentence.
Oh wait, can you guys not hear me?
No, there you are.
Cutting out.
That's weird. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, you're back. You're back. You can finish your point now. You're basically the last thing you said. The last thing we heard you say was that we already knew he was ungodly powerful. That's about it.
Okay. Well, like, we knew he was ungodly powerful, and it's like, but he needed the training in order to actually do everything and become who we see him in the end. And so, like, Rey can be stupidly powerful. I don't care if she's if it's a woman or a male. It's just she needed training to be able to go against someone like Kylo Ren, who apparently was training with Luke for freaking ever. And it's like, so you're telling me she just walked up to some random nobody. Or she walked up to actually not nobody. She walked up to an actual trained Jedi and won? How?
Like, yeah. Okay. Well, I'll do you one better. Did you realize? I don't know if you noticed this. Rey is the only character in any story ever told that I've ever seen. Uh-oh, you can't hear me? Can anybody else hear me?
I can.
Oh no! I wonder what's going on with Jimmy. So it's I'll just keep talking because I'm assuming it's just on his side. So Rey is the only character I've ever heard of in any story that actually, when she trains, she gets worse. Because after she trained in The Rise of Skywalker, which was the first time we ever saw her actually train, she loses to Kylo Ren in a sword fight.
Yeah.
Like, it's the only character ever that trains and gets worse from it.
Yeah, she beat him in 7, and then loses in 9.
Yeah, and then sucker punches him essentially. To win the fight.
What were you gonna say, Jim?
I just had my only problem that I had with her fighting is like with her training, no one taught her how to actually use a lightsaber. And don't get me wrong, no one truly taught Luke how to use a lightsaber, but they at least gave him, like, you know, the whole like block these robots, like, you know, that whole nonsense.
That was him learning how to handle the lightsaber.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, see, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, the whole point of 4, 5, and 6, whenever Luke's being trained, and the whole thing with Yoda was that Yoda was saying, like, dude, a lightsaber is just a tool. The Force is everything. Like, why would I train you to use a tool when I could train you to use the Force?
I mean,
that makes sense.
But, like, at the end of the day, the tool is still necessary if everyone else is using the tool and can stop your Force abilities. You know?
Yeah, fair point. But the thing is, I know. No, you're right. Never mind. I was gonna make an excuse, but it was actually a bad excuse, so I'm not even gonna say it.
And see, like, no, honestly, I think what would have been fine with Rey is instead of her getting Luke's or Anakin's or anybody's lightsaber, she should have had a dual-bladed lightsaber, because we know that she knows how to use a staff.
Oh yeah, that would have actually made a little bit more sense. Or it's like, she could have had a freaking. She could have had a staff lightsaber. She could have been the first person with the staff lightsaber in the, and that would have been pretty cool. I mean, they already went out of their way to make Kylo Ren have a unique lightsaber. Why couldn't she have a staff with a lightsaber? Like, it could be like a shorter tip lightsaber on the end of a staff.
Exactly.
And then it would,
and like,
because we see how capable she is with a staff, but a sword and a staff do not translate.
No, they do not. And so it's like, you could have easily given her a staff lightsaber, and I would have been way more accepting of her being able to, go toe to toe with somebody, because we know the backstory is that she uses that all the time. And
Yeah.
like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
She does not use a sword.
Right, that would have actually been something called good movie writing, because they would have had setup and payoff. Because they set up early on that she knows how to use a staff. At the beginning of the movie, we see her use it to fight off a little gang of hooligans, and then by the end of the movie, she could have a lightsaber staff and fight against, or even a vibro staff and fight against Kylo and beat him. I could see that.
Honestly, I would have still been fine with her using the lightsaber at the end of the movie, but she should have lost. And then like, okay, I need to do something that I know how to do, and then we could see we wouldn't have to see her doing it. But when we come back to the 8th movie, she would have had a bow saber.
Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. But here's the thing: we can play this what if game all day. There's no point, so let's just move on.
Yeah.
Because, dude, I'm telling you, no matter what the three of us come up with, it'll be better than what we got. So there's no point.
Yeah, let's continue.
Who challenges this mythic hero on his failures.
Of course you have.
Not only does this young woman reprimand the great Luke Skywalker,
Leia sent me here with hope. If she was wrong, she deserves to know why. We all do.
She directly confronts him and inspires him to reconnect with the Force. Later on, Yoda offers guidance too, but it's Rey who opens the door for Luke to overcome his paralyzing self-doubt.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Is he saying that the male fans hate this because of Rey being the one? Because I actually thought that was the only part of the story, at least in 8, that I liked, was the fact that it's like, all right, so the main character is showing us the old character that we used to know and bringing him back to what he used to be. I'm like, I'm cool with that. Like, every character has that moment and has that story arc. So it's like, dude, yeah.
I think my own.
I'll let you go first. Old of what it means to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's called storytelling.
The problem I have with it is the dialogue used. Because the dialogue is just clunky and doesn't make sense within actually bringing him back to the light and having him reconnect.
In defense of that, if you go back and watch all the Star Wars movies, the dialogue.
No whataboutism.
What?
You're doing a whataboutism.
No whataboutism.
What am I whatabouting?
You're excusing this movie's writing by saying, yeah, but what about this other movie with bad writing?
Yeah, but I'm using it in the same universe. I was just saying, like, it may
still
be bad
different
writing,
movie,
but it still fits the same thing that Star Wars has always done.
Thing is, with 4, 5, and 6, the dialogue, because Lucas didn't have full oversight of it, because he wasn't the main writer. He created the universe, he created the characters, he created the story. But when it came to dialogue and scripting, he wasn't the only writer.
Also, I want to point out that he redrafted those movies like 6 times, if not more. Unlike this movie.
But whenever we got to the prequels, and it was solely Lucas, the dialogue was super, super clunky.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I still think 4, 5, and 6 don't have that great dialogue. There's a lot of cringe.
I will fight you.
A lot of cringe.
I will fight you. 4, 5, and 6 are the only good Star Wars movies, and 6 is also garbage.
You can say they're good movies. Doesn't mean the dialogue is not still clunky and not that good.
I'll fight you on that. Don't worry. Next year we're going to be watching episode 4, and I will talk about how great it is the whole time. And you and I can argue.
I will point out every cringe for you.
And I will point out how awesome each one of those moments is, and that you're just misinterpreting it through some biased eyes. That for some reason the only good Star Wars movie is 3.
Yeah, it is.
I'll fight you. We'll film it. We're gonna have a boxing match because that's what YouTubers do these days. Is they make songs and they do boxing matches. So we're gonna we're gonna box, and whoever wins is right.
By the way, y'all's next anniversary is on a Wednesday.
Ooh.
Oh, really? Next May 4th is a Wednesday.
Yep.
Oh, fair. Fancy. I can't wait till it falls back on a Sunday.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, Sunday is so much better. We'll probably have this year. We kind of broke the tradition because we weren't able to get together on the 4th, so we might just keep doing that and just do the 4th weekend is the anniversary, so that we can actually get together and do a live stream.
I mean, a lot of people do that
because it's kind of hard because if it's a weekday, it's kind of hard for us to get together, but we can usually get together on weekends.
All right, but enough about that. Let's see what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Reach out. So instead of seeing the old Jedi Master teaching Rey how to wield the awesome power of the Force, audiences are treated to scenes in which Rey reminds Luke what it means to be a Jedi.
The galaxy may need a legend.
Of course, Rey isn't a more powerful Jedi than Luke, and she ends up being wrong about her ability to fix Kylo Ren. But she does possess something that he's lost. Rey still has hope, she still has conviction, and she still has clarity of purpose.
But what is her purpose? Finding her family? Or is it now finding Luke and having him connect back with the rest of the galaxy?
What year was this video made? Because there's a lot of things he's saying that aren't true. Because
2018.
And The Rise of Skywalker was 2019, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's why. There's a lot of arguments that he's making here that it's easy to just point at the next movie in line and be like, well, you're wrong because this, you're wrong because of this. So that's all I got to say is actually like that whole last little tangent he just did of trying to make a point was all disproven in the next movie. That was everything he said was wrong.
No, that doesn't matter because he's just taking the movie as is, as when it came out, what people's reaction to were with it. It doesn't matter what the next movie was.
That's true.
We just had that talk.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, his standalone argument is still kind of bad.
It is.
But the thing is, I still will say I agree with him more on this section than any other section. Like, there's more right things he said here than wrong. You know what? In fact, I'll give him one more point. He gets 4 points.
Oh boy, he's a middling. He's
almost halfway.
Essayist.
Yeah, he's almost halfway. He's almost middle. He's still below middling.
No. Middling is between 4, 5, and 6.
You take that back. I'll fight you. 4, 5, and 6 are the best.
What?
What?
You did that out of context. I'm talking about when it comes to rating somebody.
Oh.
4, 5, and 6 are in rating or middling.
I work on a decimal duopoly, so 1 and 10 are both bad, and 5's the best. So the further you lean one way or the other, you're actually worse. So 5 is actually top notch.
But isn't being lukewarm the worst thing ever?
No, not based on my scale. 1 and 10 are the worst.
I think it's better to be hot or cold, but okay.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're going to continue on another tangent.
It's not my fault.
The idea that a young woman like Rey would have something important to teach an older mythic male hero like Luke Skywalker is erroneously viewed by some male fans as emasculating.
No, that's not the point. That's not what we're... Look, that's the thing that I've been trying to say with this whole argumentation is he's attributing motives to people who disliked it. And it's like, no, I think we kind of summarized it in the first minute. Okay, so the first 40 minutes that we were talking, I think we summarized it pretty well. It's not about the man and woman dynamic. It's not about the fact that Luke's even the character he is. It's the fact that there was no explanation and we're just here. That's the only thing that's upsetting. It's not who does it. It's not why they do it. those things don't really bother us. The fact that Rey is helping bring our beloved hero back from the brink, no problem. The real problem that I think a lot of people had, or at least me, because I'll just speak for myself, is Luke shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be Luke at this point without an explanation.
And the only explanation we get is his nephew had a bad dream and he tried to kill him, and that
right. It's
that
not
in
enough.
Itself is not a good explanation.
It actually just makes it stupid and annoying.
It really does. It really does. Although I will say, I'm going to argue for someone's got to play devil's advocate here, so I will argue on his side. He did say some fans. Yeah, someone's got to.
Don't you do
he
it?
Did say some fans feel that way, and you know what? There are probably fans out there that did hate this movie strictly due to the fact that it had a female lead.
And people like him love it purely because there's a female lead. Look, we can do this game all day. I don't give a crap if he gets caveats. I don't give a crap. I really don't.
You're not presenting an argument. You're just saying you don't care. But I'm just saying he is presenting the argument that there are fans out there that may have just not liked it simply due to the fact that this female character came in and told their macho male character that they loved from 4, 5, and 6. Macho being in parentheses there.
It was his wording essentially.
Quotation.
Yeah, in his basically his wording.
That she showed up and was like, "Hey, this is what it means to be a Jedi," and fans didn't like that. And it's like some fans didn't like that. And it's like, okay, I can kind of see where he's coming from. There are possibly those people out there. There may be.
No, there definitely is. Yeah, no, there definitely is. There definitely is. The point that I'm making is I don't care if you say, in my opinion, or this is my subjective, or this is subjective, or you say some, and you do these like qualifiers that are vague, and you're just digging caveats to be like, look, see, you can't disagree with me. I don't care. I'm going to disagree with you. You can't do that. You're just avoiding criticism. He's just avoiding criticism by using those kind of caveats, and I'm going to criticize him.
But he's not technically avoiding criticism. He explained that in the very beginning.
It's called deflection. It's deflection.
What you're doing is technically deflecting because you're like, I don't care what you're actually saying. Here's my point.
I care what. I care what he's saying. Yeah, I've listened to what he said, and it's been very, very wrong.
Exactly. You're looking at it from just a narrow point of view versus actually looking at it from the broader spectrum.
No,
if I wasn't so damn peaceful and in line with the Force, I'd get up and I'd smack the shit out of you.
This is the same argument that you and I have all the time, which is that I believe in objective reality, objective fact, objective truth, that you can criticize art and judge it objectively. And the art is subjective, bro. And this is the same argument we always get into.
I'm not going to jump on art. We don't agree on that, and I will leave that as this. But anyway, all
right, Mr. Robot. I have no idea what you're saying right now.
You are roboting really hard.
Yeah. The thing is, we'll just move on.
Dude,
we'll agree to disagree as we always do, and we'll move on. This is something we've been arguing for like freaking 7 years. No, you're good now.
So the thing, real quick, to separate subjective and objective. Objective, based on structure of a story, you can point out its faults and say, this is where it falls flat. Whenever it comes to visuals, you can look at other things and be like, this is how it should look. And Star Wars, the sequel trilogy, has some really nice visuals. The story itself has some really bad plot points.
You're roboting again.
Judge it off that.
Are you connected to what? Are you connected to your Wi-Fi?
Yes, and then you guys were like, I can't hear you. And then I was like, all right, fine, I'll go to another thing. And for some reason,
well, it's even worse. You should go back to whatever you were before. I feel like your internet is made of sticks and twigs and string.
It's essentially just sticks, all right? Leave me alone. I've been living in a cave. No,
is your hamster not running fast enough to power your electricity?
Dude, I've been whipping that hamster left and right, and nothing seems to be getting to go.
And there he is. He's back.
God.
Let's just move on. I want to get to trivia.
It's worth pointing out that angry fan defensiveness isn't necessarily just a reaction to women existing in popular science fiction stories. Women are included alongside male heroes in a way that doesn't overshadow, upstage,
this is also a bad
or
movie.
Interfere with.
That's what I'm saying. I never saw the Tron movie. I saw this movie though. It sucked.
Straight. I'm in charge out here. You do everything I say exactly as I say it.
Excuse me?
Just relax.
Then we don't see these same kind of extended temperature.
Well, hold on. What point was he trying to make with that? Because whatever that actor's name is was right in this situation because they're talking. Yeah, Chris Pratt was right because you have the director of the park who sits in an office all day, and they're going into the wildlife habitat with dinosaurs, and Chris Pratt is a dinosaur trainer, and he's like, "Hey, I get that you outrank me."
Chris Pratt's character is also a Navy SEAL. He understands. He's been through, what's it called? SEER school.
Yeah, exactly. But so, like, I don't think there's any problem with that scene. I don't know quite what he's trying to say because as bad as that movie is, that is actually logical because we talked about this before, like freaking 9 hours ago. In Vietnam, even if you're the outranking officer, when you showed up to the front line and the corporal's been there longer, he's in charge. And that's exactly what that scene was. Yeah, and that's exactly what that scene was. Is, hey, I know that you're my boss, but we're going into a life or death situation, so you're going to listen to me because I have the expertise here.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right, we can move on.
Especially if the female characters in question are cast as young, white, and conventionally attractive.
Oh, God, no. The females better be young, white, and attractive. Otherwise, everybody hates them. Oh, God.
That's not true.
You ever see Driving Miss Daisy? That's a really good movie.
That is a really, really good movie.
All right, that's all. That's all I got.
Oh, my God.
She was white, though, so I guess that didn't really defend. I didn't really counterattack as well as I could have. You ever see Medea? No, I'm just kidding. Those movies are really bad.
Simply including women. It goes much further.
Yeah,
and puts
including
female
women.
Characters in positions of institutional power or moral authority over male heroes.
You guys ever see The Matrix?
The movie then has those women.
Yeah.
You ever see The Matrix? Did you ever notice that, like, whenever they get to Zion, there's a council of leaders, and it's a very broad, diverse group of people in charge, including men and women. Mostly all of them are old, and they're all different in ethnicity.
Yeah.
Didn't have a problem with that.
Nope. The Oracle was also a really good character in The Matrix.
Oh, yes, dude. The Oracle was great. She was in a position of authority, kind of.
Sort of.
Yeah, Oracle was great. And leverage that power to challenge and ultimately force change in men's behavior.
Tell me the truth.
But force change? Sometimes you might not be able to force change. Sometimes if you talk to them and ease them into the change, it might work out better for you instead of, forcing it.
Yeah, you know what I've learned is that the best way to argue with someone is actually to start by agreeing with them and then take their point to an extreme position so that they disagree with you to bring them back towards the center where you actually align. So this whole, I'm going to throw you on the ground and force you to listen to what I have to say usually causes someone to tense up and stick harder to their beliefs. Like if you come at someone aggressively saying that everything you believe is wrong, they're more inclined, it's a mental thing. You're more inclined to set up barriers and be like, well, I'm never going to change my mind because you're being hostile. So yeah, like you're saying, kindness is usually a better way to approach someone.
It's a much better way. By the way, we only got a minute and a half left.
Let's do this. Trivia.
And that is almost unheard of in a major blockbuster film. In the end, our three male heroes face up to their mistakes and overcome their failures. Poe learns from Leia and Holdo to put aside his desire for heroic short-term gains and instead consider the bigger picture.
Okay, well, that was stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, so Poe's a failure. He didn't actually argue Poe, like, because he never established how Poe actually failed and how this is a learning moment for Poe. That wasn't actually established.
I don't understand the logic in that one.
Yeah, so that one's a no-go. How's
Poe
he going to say that
disobeyed
Finn's
orders, and
better?
now he's waiting to see what happens before making a call.
Victory!
He always
Poe Dameron, better character.
He always took into consideration what was going on to make a decision. So
literally,
it's a flat arc.
Poe regressed. No, it's not even a flat arc. Poe regressed. Poe got worse by the end of this movie because he used to be able to make decisions with snap judgment, as he put it, that were logical and it's like he was able to play chess on a 3-minute timer and win. And all of a sudden, he gets slapped down, and it's like, no, from now on, you play hour-long games. And you can only make a move every 10 minutes because you need to think smarter. And so now he's actually like, it's not that he's any more dumb. It's just now that he's not able to make quick decisions like he was before. That's all. It's a regression.
So what you're saying is Poe used to act like a soldier making snap decisions in the heat of combat, and now he can sit back, relax, and think about it while the rest of his men die.
Yeah, which is exactly what happens here.
Yeah.
Because, everybody, like, I know this is after that scene, but it's kind of like when they're all zipping around on the sand without guns, which was the stupidest plan ever. So, like, whenever Finn decides, hey, I'm going to ram that thing, it's like, I guess that kind of was the plan, wasn't it? Because why would you
have speeders that don't have fire?
Yeah, why would you launch the rest of your force out in vehicles with no firepower against these things unless the plan was, hey, guys, this is the last stand. Volunteers step up. We're all going to go die. Yeah, right? And then I guess Rose signed up just so that she could prevent anybody from killing themselves, so that she could be like, brah, no, you're doing it wrong.
This is how you kill yourself. You ram each other.
I'm really excited for him to tell me what Finn learned.
Oh yeah, let's see.
What did Finn learn?
It's only through Rose's moral insights that Finn comes to believe in something bigger than himself.
No, he already did that in the last movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he only believes in something bigger than himself.
Not only that, Finn also was going to go find Rey, like we pointed out before, to, help the rest of the Resistance. He wasn't just leaving to leave.
Yeah, but the problem is that everyone thinks that he did that is because they gave him really crappy dialogue. It's like those movies where all of a sudden someone was like, hey, man, what are you doing? And the character, literally just got out of the bathroom, but for some reason wanted to lie about it. It was just like, I just had to brush my hair. So
no.
It's like, why are they stumbling around?
Hold on.
Tell the truth.
Jane. So, Austin and I pointed this out whenever we were watching this yesterday. We went through and they brought the scene where Rose tases Finn. He says 3 words and then she tases him after she asks what he is doing. He says, okay, look, this is, and then tase.
Right, so it's not even like they let him have the moment of having an excuse. Also,
they didn't.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he was going to tell her what was happening. He was going to tell her, hey. Yeah.
Because he's not a soldier for them.
Yes, thank you. Yes, James, for the win.
She straight up just committed a war crime and kidnapped someone and was like, you're not leaving. You work for us now.
Yeah, she conscripted him.
Proton, who was in the chat yesterday, was also agreeing with us that Rose was a fanatic and she turned Finn into a fanatic.
Yeah.
Because he pointed out that she was crying whenever he was leaving. Rose had tears in her eyes whenever Finn was leaving for no reason other than she believes in the Resistance, and any person that they can get to their side should fight for them, or if they want to leave, be forced out into the front lines.
Then my question is like,
Rose is pretty crazy.
What about what were they thinking about with Rey? Because like he's like, I'm gonna go find Rey, who's clearly helping you guys out.
Yeah, but he never got to say that to her. He said that to Poe, and Poe was like, okay.
Yeah, because Poe understands. He's like, yeah, go find Rey.
Yeah, please, we need her. Oh God, she's the best thing ever. She'll save us. She'll single-handedly use the Force to destroy the entire fleet. We don't even need Holdo to ram a ship.
Oh my God, I think I would have hated the movie if she showed up and was just like, "Good."
Oh, bro, do you have that clip that you showed me yesterday with what would really happen to Holdo?
Oh, let me.
Can you pull that up? Yeah, can you? Yeah, we got to show Jam Sully. That was pretty funny.
Oh, no. What would really happen if she did her maneuver?
Yeah, in the Star Wars universe, if we were actually following the rules and Rian Johnson, which, okay, I say that I actually shouldn't blame Rian Johnson for the Holdo maneuver, because he actually had a team of experts on hand that were literally, their job title was lore experts. So they were supposed to know Star Wars so in and out that if he said, hey, I'd like to do this in the movie, would that break anything? Then they could say yay or nay and help him. Yeah. And he said, hey, I want to do this thing where she's going to use the light speed to blow up all these ships. And the lore experts are like, yeah, that won't contradict anything that's ever happened in Star Wars.
That contradicts everything that's happened in Star Wars.
It changes war. Why would you ever have a giant ship in war? Yeah, okay, yeah, let's watch this. This is what really happens.
Yeah, this whole scene.
That's all.
just produce,
and then just instead of the thing blowing up, it's just the explosion of his ship's impact as it's flying over the bow instead of it blowing up the thing. That's so good. Yeah, that's so good. It's just because she rams her ship and her ship blows up. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that would work.
That's exactly what would happen. But okay, dude, we're so close. We're so close. Let's do this. Let's finish this so we can get to trivia.
Rey succeeds in inspiring Luke to be the best version of himself again.
Oh, sure. Yeah. That's it. This is the best version of himself.
In the film. Luke does indeed end up walking out with a laser sword and facing down.
Well, don't call it I was joking when I called it a laser sword. Don't call it a laser sword. It's a lightsaber.
He called it a laser sword basically the whole movie.
Yeah.
I was joking when I did it earlier because I was making fun of the fact that Luke says it and it's stupid.
Yeah.
But
that's.
I know it's been a long one.
That was loud.
Don't call it a laser sword.
Totally fine. It's okay.
But what were you gonna say, James?
Oh, I was just saying, I was defending him in the sense that he's been doing it in this whole entire essay. He basically started off calling it a laser sword.
He did, and I was waiting to see if he would bring it up at the end. Yeah.
Yeah,
and he didn't correct it. He just kept rolling with it.
Yeah, he starts off by calling them space wizards and laser swords, and he hasn't yet to change that stance.
Oh my god. Hey, Cyrac, can you update the title of the video to say featuring the Bear Thing show?
Since y'all are, guests constantly, y'all are pretty much my co-hosts at this point, it's kind of known that you're going to be here.
Fair point. We got to come up with a title for this thing, man. I mean, no rush, but we do need to come up with a title for this.
We'll brainstorm. We'll shoot me some names.
Give me like a year. I'll come up with something.
A year.
Yeah.
All right.
Despite what the reactionary conspiracy theorists claim, this is
conspiracy theorists.
Masculine inferiority.
Conspiracy theory.
Women in The Last Jedi hold their male counterparts accountable not out of animosity, but because they genuinely care about them.
Holdo does not. Holdo does not care.
I don't have anything else to say. I'm so fed up with this.
Holdo doesn't care about Poe. She also does not tell him the plan that she had to get everybody to safety. So if she had told him, he would have probably been like, that's a really bad decision, but I understand you wanting to sacrifice yourself for the betterment of the Resistance.
Dude, okay, here's the thing. I think you might be forgetting. No, here's the thing that both of you might be forgetting. Poe said, what's the plan? And then she kept being like, I'm not going to tell you and everything. And he literally broke down and said, just tell me there is a plan. And she was like, no, I'm not going to tell you if there's a plan. He didn't even ask he eventually got to the point where it's like, fine, don't tell me what the plan is, but let me know there's a plan because I'm watching everyone die. And she's like, I'm not telling you.
So yeah,
he just wanted to hear yes. He wanted to hear yes, there's a plan. Trust me. She wouldn't say it.
She wouldn't.
She's the best character in this new series. Don't forget
that. Yeah. She really cares a lot.
Yeah, that's what they really wanted us to know, is that she cares.
Oh boy, does she care.
Yeah, and this dialogue right here.
Oh, where they both say they like him.
Yeah.
Male heroes are not being diminished or erased in this movie. In fact, a lot of time and effort is devoted to giving men transformative arcs.
Okay, to set the record straight, Rian Johnson is a feminist. Let's just make sure we understand that. Rian Johnson is a feminist. He's gone on record.
Yeah.
He is a feminist.
Yes.
So that already contradicts this dude's argument because Rian Johnson sat down with the intention of making a feminist movie.
Yes.
Which I guess I'm just a conspiracy theorist. Sorry. Never mind. I take it back.
Just remember the marketing was also the Force is female. Whenever the Force has no gender.
Well, clearly the Force is female because it's fickle. That's an ER joke.
Force with the Force, right?
That's an ER joke. ER made a really, really funny joke about that. You're right, Kathleen. The Force is female.
I wish ER would come back, but he's not making any more videos.
Wait, is he done? I just figured he was on hiatus because, it usually takes him a while to make a video.
Yeah, no, he's posted on Twitter that he's not going to be making any more videos unless something catches his interest. So
okay, fair. So he won't muddle his art.
Yes,
that's good. I like that. I'm okay with that.
All the shadow people, Sitch, Literature Devil,
and
ER. You don't know if they're different people because they never show up in the same place at the same time, except for that one time on Adam and Sitch.
Literature Devil and Sitch have been in the same place at once.
No. Sitch is using a voice modulator.
That's true. He is. He showed that off the last couple episodes. But we're getting really sidetracked, and Jam Sully doesn't know what we're talking about, so we should just move on.
I have no clue.
About men learning to trust women's ideas and decisions, and then becoming better people and better heroes because of
Okay, can we pause again? Okay, so what really happened here is not that whatever the crap he just said, because I'm not even going to bother trying to repeat him. We heard it. What really happened was that a subordinate learned, hey, listen to your authoritarian leaders regardless of the information they give you. It's literally don't question. The moral of this movie is don't question authority.
The authority being Rey.
No, it doesn't matter.
More specifically, don't question the authority of your leaders, especially if they're women.
Okay, sure, fair enough. I would just say it's literally don't question authority. That's the moral of this movie. If this person is your leader, don't you dare ask them questions, and you just do what they tell you.
It's not, because if we look at the First Order, or whatever the frick crap their name is, The male characters in there are complete buffoons and in disarray, and they question everything all the time. So clearly, he was like trying to show that a male controlling ship.
Yeah, you might be right. Holy crap, you might be right. I forgot all about that. The fact that the First Order is all white men in charge, and they just constantly fail at every turn. They're incompetent beyond everything.
And they're stupid, and they yell about random things that didn't make sense.
See, I want to see a video essay about that, about the First Order, about how all it does is portray the fact that in a male-dominated hierarchy, toxic masculinity reigns supreme, and nothing gets accomplished.
I will make one.
I'm sure it's out there.
No, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 months.
Yeah, what?
I'll put out a video about that in 10 months.
Oh, okay, awesome. I'd love to see it. Yeah. Just make it as convincing as possible. Like look at it from the same angle that these crazy people look at it from. I bet you'll get a lot of views and a lot of people will like it. And they're like, wow, you're right. The First Order is just a display of how toxic masculinity is bad.
You're going to do it all satire, right?
Maybe.
Well, I mean, it technically would be satire because he doesn't actually believe that way.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. I look forward to this. All right, yeah. I'll check back in 10 months. I'll see you then. Bye.
We're almost done. We got like 20 seconds because I know the last 30 seconds is going to be Patreon.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And while that might be an unexpected message for a Star Wars story, it's a vital lesson that men need to learn if we are to achieve gender equality.
We have it. We have gender equality. You can do whatever you want.
No, we don't. We don't have egalitarianism is dead. Oh my God, I'm having a hard time pronouncing it. Egalitarianism doesn't exist in the America.
Oh yeah, it's not like there are women that can be electricians or
join the army.
Or be in positions of power.
Or work at the dump.
Or, become president, because, if we actually had a person that was good for the office.
Or work in construction.
Yeah, things that anybody can sign up for and do, women can't do.
Nope.
The world.
Or work at factories.
Right?
Guys, we need equality.
Thanks for watching.
We're done.
Okay, bye. See you later. Thank God. Oh, it took an hour and a half to watch 6 minutes. That was actually really good time. We did really good.
Yeah, compared to the other ones.
Yeah, we did. Well, that's the thing is we'd already made so many arguments that I think this last 6 minute was just that easy.
I actually wanted to point out that we were talking about equality, and I've had so many arguments with my roommate about because she's she's talked to me about the fact that she's like, yeah, women have all these problems. I'm like, yeah, but you guys get away with a lot more than we do, in just the world. Let's not even bring into the jobs you can have and all that nonsense. It's just the world. She was talking to me about the fact that she went to Nashville one day and was doing inappropriate things, like raising her shirt while getting drunk, and a cop came by and just kept doing his thing. And I was like, dude, if a guy flopped out his thing.
Oh, yeah. Public indecency, you're going to jail. You drunk asshole.
And think about it. Okay, I was watching another video where it's one of the jobs at Disney up until I think it was 2017. No, I'm sorry, 2011. One of the jobs at Disney was professional boob watcher. So their job was anytime someone would, those pictures after you're done writing whatever, their job was to blur or bar the chicks who were flashing. Nobody got in trouble for that. The women didn't get in trouble for that. It was just I
didn't know that was a thing. Can I sign up for that job?
No, it doesn't exist anymore. But it's still really silly. The fact that it's like, yeah, women can just do that, and we just hire a professional to just blur it out, versus a guy being indecent in public, especially at a children's theme park, would get slapped with, so many sexual lawsuits that he wouldn't be allowed to go anywhere near anything that was remotely kid related. I just think it's crazy. Women get away with a lot of stuff in just a day in, day out world, and then they're like, we need equality. It's like, you guys have way more than we do in the grand scheme of it all.
Yeah. Women are able to get away with a lot more. Especially whenever
do you know what time it is?
It's time for you to become the host.
Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. Look how big I am.
I am the bigger box.
I am King Box. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for your second installment of Star Wars Trivia. Do 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 do. Clapping. There's a bunch of clapping and woos. Yeah, everybody's really excited, right? Okay, so we have our returning champion Cyrac with I think a grand total score of 22,000, or was it 55,000?
It was 10,000.
It was 10,000.
Oh, okay.
Where are you getting these numbers?
Okay, I just remember being ridiculous, but I have it written down somewhere. But so this time, to speed up the process, I've actually got a physical notepad out in front of me, so I don't have to keep popping through a bunch of different tabs to mark everything. So this will actually go a lot quicker. We're making a couple rule changes. Yeah, go on.
Before we get started, I just have to say,
weapons are part of my religion.
So 10,000 points. You're not going to start with those points, but I'm just going to hold on to those, because let's see if Jam Sully can make a comeback, and because he's at 0 after he bet all of his points and got the question wrong. He's at 0. So a couple changes for
this game too.
Most likely. I think both of you will. But the a quality of life change is that I added the double dare, or the daily doubles.
Did you ever email me those pictures?
Nope, because I'm going to email you the pictures as they're needed to be put on screen. That way that you don't have time to look at them. Even though it won't really help to be able to look at them longer, I just want to make sure that nobody thinks that anybody's cheating from Googling stuff. So one other thing is, last time I think there was a little too much inconsistency when it came to how much time I gave to each player before I started a timer. So this time, every time I finish reading a question, I'm going to start a 1-minute timer, and you have 1 minute. You can answer earlier, obviously, but when 1 minute passes, you also will not get a guess. If you don't answer, it's considered wrong, and we go to the next person. You have to answer before 1 minute's up.
Okay.
All right, so that's one thing.
Can we interject and steal the question? Like, they take their time, and then also you're like, I know the answer. I buzz in now.
If there was more than 2 people, I would do it that way. But because there's only 2, I'm going to keep it simple, like last time, where I ask one person the question, and then if they don't answer or get it wrong, then the next person gets a chance to steal. Okay. So the other thing I'm going to change is instead of where before it was like, so say Cyrac was the one that picked the question, then he gets it wrong. Jam Sully also gets it wrong. Then we would move to Jam Sully to be able to pick the questions, because we were going back and forth. We're actually going to stay. So if nobody answers the question, the person who's in control of the board stays in control of the board. The only way to get control of the board is to answer the question.
Okay.
Yep. I think that's about it. I think those are the only changes that I've actually made. So it's 1 minute to answer the question. We're going to start with a coin toss here. Jam Sully, why don't you pick heads or tails?
You know what? I always have to go with my gut, and I'm going to go with tails.
Tails never fails. And tails it is.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and No, we have completely new categories here. I'm going to go ahead and list them off for you. I just wanted to see who's going to go first. So Jam Sully, you will get to pick the first. Another quality of life change is actually set them to easiest to hardest. So the easiest questions are worth 100. Because last time there was a couple things where it's like you'd be like 600, it would be way easier than a 200 question, right? So I fixed that, I think, pretty successfully. Okay. It's still, I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of hiccups, I'm sure, but that comes down to like what your actual knowledge is.
That's understandable.
Okay. So let's go ahead and read off the categories. We have Who Done It? Backed by popular demand, we have George Lucas, because that was a fan favorite. Everybody loved that. Because of how much everybody loved George Lucas, we've also added the category of J.J. Abrams.
Oh, no.
So it's basically the same category as George Lucas, except this time J.J. Abrams. Okay. So that's going to be a real fun one. Next, we have Aliases, The Jedi Order, Production, and also backed by popular demand, Legendary Legends. They all go from 1 to 6, 100 to 600 points.
Can you repeat those for me one more time?
Yeah, I'm going to read them in a different order.
All right.
Who Done It?
Yep.
J.J. Abrams.
Yep.
Aliases.
Yep.
The Jedi Order.
All right.
Production. Legendary Legends. And George Lucas.
Got it.
Yeah, so this is gonna be awesome. The questions generally fit within their category. It might be a little janky to understand the category. As you get to probably like 3 or 4 questions in, you'll understand, which is kind of late. Consider like something like production. It's like, well, what does that mean? And after a couple questions, I think you'll understand it. And it's the same thing with each category. I think they're not perfectly named. It was literally like I came with the names for the categories and then came up with questions later. So.
All right. So.
But okay, I'm going to go ahead and get my timer out. And then Jam Sully, if you could go ahead and pick the starting question.
All right. Let's go with.
Did I say 1 minute or did I say a minute 30?
1 minute.
You said 1 minute.
Okay. Should it be like a minute 15? I feel like it should be a minute 15. Give it a little bit extra time because these are going to be some weird questions. I want you to be able to think about it. Yeah. But just remember that means your opponent gets 2 minutes and 30 seconds to think about it.
Yes, he does. George Lucas. Let's do it.
What point value?
Let's go 500.
Ooh, starting strong. George Lucas for 500. Who is Yoda a replacement for?
Who is Yoda a replacement for?
And this timer started down. This is according to George Lucas when writing the script for Empire Strikes Back. Who?
He's a replacement for the old wise man that is in every hero's arc. So Obi-Wan.
Is that going to be your final answer?
Yeah, totally going to be my answer.
You're correct for 500 points.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
which part was that? The old wise man?
Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. Yeah, Yoda was written as a replacement for Obi-Wan because George Lucas decided that Alec Guinness played Obi-Wan so well that he had to rewrite the script to kill him off.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, then, let's go with.
Wait, do you not want an explanation for why he decided he had to kill him off because of how well he was played?
No, I get that.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I thought it was interesting, but whatever. Okay, so that's George Lucas for 500. What's next?
We're gonna do J.J. Abrams because I just feel like this category is gonna be weird. So we're gonna go with. Let's go 400 with J.J.
J.J. Abrams for 400. Let me go ahead and write that down. And here we go. J.J. Abrams for 400. By The Rise of Skywalker, Rey is how old, according to J.J.?
By The Rise of Skywalker. She is 23.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, let me stop the clock here. That is incorrect. All right, Cyrac, for the steal, I'm starting your time. I'm going to read the question again and then start your timer.
All right.
By the Rise of Skywalker, Rey is how old according to JJ? And the timer starts.
She is, because it doesn't go based on time between, really, because Kylo is older than or younger than he's supposed to be. So she would be 21.
45 seconds. Oh, okay. Final answer, 21?
Yep.
Okay, and let me stop the timer here. I'm sorry, but both of you are incorrect, so Jam Sully gets to hold the board. The correct answer is, I'm going to double check myself, 36. 36.
What?
J.J. Abrams says that Rey is 36 in The Rise of Skywalker.
No way. No freaking way.
That's what he said. I didn't make up these words. He said them.
It's only been a year.
How old did you think she was at the start of the series?
33 or 35, apparently.
I don't know. All I know is that he said in The Rise of Skywalker she's 36. That's all I know. Okay? Don't shoot the messenger. All right? Jim Sully, you still hold control of the board. What would you like to do next?
I'm going to go with my favorite, Legendary Legends. Let's go for 600.
Ooh, going hard. All right. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Legendary Legends. Who was removed from canon only to be added back with the same author at the helm?
Okay. Who was removed from canon? Oh, Thrawn.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, because Timothy Zahn wrote the original ones. They removed him from the canon, and they brought him back with Timothy Zahn writing Thrawn again.
You are correct. That brings you to 11. So you're at 1,100 points. Good job.
All right. We're going to go with Jedi Order 600.
Give me 1 second here. Jedi Order for 600. Okay. Look at you just going for the big ones.
Yeah, I got to get them out of the way because if I could keep my point lead, I'll just let Cypher take the cheap ones.
I get it. That's a good strategy. That's a really good strategy. Okay, so Jedi Order for 600. Jedi Order for 600. What is the...
Cyrec.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
What is the final task Leia must do to fulfill her path to becoming a Jedi?
Final task. Actually, can I ask a question?
No.
Okay.
I asked you. You can't answer a question with a question. I asked you a question.
I don't want to answer the question with a question. I just want emphasis on like the range of what this takes place in.
45 seconds left.
Whenever she's getting her Jedi training, duh.
Yeah, books. Okay, so her last task is...
This is a Jedi Order. This is canon. Legendary Legends the only one with uncanon questions.
She's got to teach Rey to properly... I don't know. She's got to kill Kylo. That's what I'm going to go with. She's got to kill Kylo.
20 seconds. Could you say that again? Sorry.
She's got to kill Kylo. That's my answer. She's got to
Leia has to kill Kylo
to complete her Jedi training.
Okay, all right. That's your final answer.
Yep.
Okay, let me. I'm gonna double check because maybe I was wrong. No, you're wrong. That's right, you're wrong. All right, Cyrac. Cyrac, I'm gonna read the question again.
Yes.
What is the final task Leia must do to fulfill her path to becoming a Jedi?
Create her lightsaber.
Okay, is that going to be your final answer?
No. Because I'm thinking about it now. No.
You do have a minute and 3 seconds left. You can think about this.
It was explained in Rise of Skywalker.
Also, for the audience, most of these questions, basically all of these questions, shouldn't be Googleable. Like I've worded them in such a way, and because all of these questions came from my head. So anybody watching this to think that a minute and 30 someone could try and find the answer quick, no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You can't Google these answers.
I'm going to say her last task was giving up her emotional connections.
Okay.
Final answer.
I think I understand what you're saying. You're saying like learning to cut ties.
Yes.
Giving up. What is it that they say? The whole
giving up materialism, essentially.
Yeah, I totally get. Okay, yeah, fair enough. That's your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. And you're wrong. Both of you are wrong, so that means Jam Sully still controls the board. The correct answer is Kylo Ren must turn to the light.
Oh, what? Okay.
That was her Jedi task.
That was for some reason. To finish her Jedi task, Kylo is supposed to turn to the light side. I don't know. I don't make these. It's not my fault. That's just what it was. That's what I was told. Okay, and I wrote it down, and I said I'll ask them because I don't think they're going to think of this.
All right.
It really doesn't make sense. But yeah. Yep, you're up.
What are we just doing? It 600 or 500?
That was 600. Jedi Order 600.
Yeah, let's go 500.
Jedi Order for 500.
Yep.
Okay, Jedi Order for 500. All right. What are the 4 branches of the Jedi Service Corps?
4 branches of the Jedi Service Corps. Okay. Librarian. I think it's Knights, or not Knights, what are they called? Guardian. Council, maybe. That's a maybe.
All right, I'm trusting you guys not to cheat on this one. I just realized this is Googleable, so please don't.
We're not.
That would be totally Googleable.
Most of them aren't, but this one is.
Okay, repeat the question one more time to make sure I'm answering what I'm thinking, right?
Okay, you have 33 seconds. I will ask it one more time. What are the 4 branches of the Jedi Service Corps?
Yeah, I'm going to go Council, Librarian, Guardian, and Knight.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You are incorrect. All right, Cyrac. I'm going to read you the question. What are the 4 branches of the Jedi Service Corps? Or corpse? Like
Jedi Service Corps?
Corpse. C-O-R-P-S. Corpse.
Corps.
So core. Yeah, Jedi Service Corps.
Youngling Padawan Knight Master.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You're incorrect.
See, I thought about that too, Cyrac. I was like, no, that's not the Corps. That's just a ranks.
Jam Sully still holds control of the board as we're
moving
moving deeper into this, and the correct answer is agricultural, medical, educational, and exploration.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Jam Sully, what's next? Board's basically still wide open. Real
quick, can you say which ones have been done?
J.J. Abrams for 400, Jedi Order for 500 and 600, Legendary Legends for 600, and George Lucas for 500.
Okay, let's do George Lucas for 6.
I'm sorry, what? George Lucas for 6?
Yep.
George Lucas for 6. I spaced out for a second for some reason. Okay, George Lucas for 6. When selling Star Wars, what did Lucas say he didn't want the Force to become?
Oh, okay. When selling Star Wars, what did he say he didn't want the Force to become? He didn't want the Force to become this mystical thing that was constantly saving everybody. So, like a religious aspect, like a deity or something like that. Man, no, probably magic. He didn't want the Force to just be magic.
I might have to go to the judges for this.
Because like it had something to do along the lines with he just
hold on. We're looking for I just want to say we're looking for a specific quote. We're looking for a specific thing that he says. Not you're giving vague stuff. Give a specific thing that he said. You have 27 sequence.
Very specific thing he says. I don't want the Force to become Disney magic. Done. That's my quote. I doubt that's what he said.
That's your final answer?
Yeah.
And you're wrong. All right, Cyrac for the steal. When selling Star Wars, what did Lucas say he didn't want the Force to become?
I know it has to do with magic.
Yeah.
I do know that. The context of it and a specific quote, that's going to be a little bit harder. Quoting George Lucas, it would probably be, I don't want the Force to become just this magic that everyone can use to save everyone. End quote. Final answer.
33 seconds left. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're wrong as well. So Jam Sully still controlling the board. Holy crap, what an upset. I'm glad that we changed the rule because I think this makes it more fair because I think you should have to answer the question to steal it. The proper thing is what George Lucas said he did not want the Force to be turned into is, quote, gobbledygook.
Gobbledygook. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that quote. Okay.
All right, Jam Sully, what do you want next?
All right, let's do Who Done It for 600.
Ooh, Who Done It for 600. Opening up a new category. Glad to finally get into a new category. Who Done It? Who is an absolute coward and attempts to abandon the resistance after sending them to a planet as a distraction to make their unsuccessful escape?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
I'm going to start the timer and then I'll repeat it.
Okay.
Who is an absolute coward and attempts to abandon the resistance after sending them to a planet as a distraction to make their unsuccessful escape?
I'm gonna say Hoarder or whatever her freaking name is.
45 seconds.
Crap, how do you say her name? Lieutenant Hoarder? Hoarder? You know who I'm talking about.
Can I get a description? Can you say the movie? Can you
Return of the Skywalker. No, Last Jedi. Purple hair. Tall, lanky chick.
What was her rank? What was her rank?
She was like commander, but I don't know if she was commander.
Is this your final answer?
Yeah, whatever her name is, it's ho or something like that.
Okay. We're gonna give it to we're gonna give it to you. It's Holdo, Admiral Holdo.
Admiral Holdo.
That should have gone to the judges.
he got the movie right. He just didn't get the rank right and didn't know the whole name, but he described her perfectly well and knew what movie. So yeah, Admiral Holdmo, you're right. That's 600 more points.
Okay, like I knew the person, I just never know how to say her name.
Thing is, I knew the answer because it's the same way that you worded it yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I hate her.
Yeah, I had
Okay.
to think about it 'cause when you asked that question initially, I was like, is he saying this in his own specific words about this and like his opinion of the movie, or is this something?
It's so true. No, it's very accurate because it's how the light speed. Okay. Actually, wait. I don't think I can spoil it because there might be a question.
Yeah, no, we'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Okay, no, there isn't. Okay, so the reason that I say that is in The Rise of Skywalker, they say the Holdo maneuver is a 1 in a million chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, oh, well, clearly she's just trying to run away then, right? Because it's a 1 in a million chance that it'll even. So she's literally like, haha, I sent you all to your death to buy me time, and then she hits the hyperspice thing, and it's like, oh crap, the 1 in a million chance that I would have rammed them instead of escaping. Crap! What a mistake! All right, John Sully, what's next?
Let's keep going with the whodunit category. We're going to drop down to 500.
Who done it for 500? All right. You have a commanding lead of 1,700 points.
Yeah.
Who done it? 500. What character?
You're going to have to get with this. Sorry, go ahead.
What character hindered in the killing of Palpatine?
What character hindered in the killing of Palpatine? I'm assuming this was within all the movies, right? It all has to be in canon. So I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna go with Finn. Fuck Finn.
Finn, is that your final answer?
Yeah, he didn't want Rey to go anywhere. So Finn.
Okay, you're incorrect. Cyrac for the steal. What character hindered in the killing of Palpatine? This is a big moment, Cyrac. You get this right, and you get to steal the board and start trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm going to get this one right, considering I haven't seen the movie.
No, that's a good point. It's not my fault that you don't know Star Wars.
Oh, it's definitely because I don't know Star Wars. I know the good movies.
So you know 3. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go with probably
30 seconds.
Chewbacca.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
No, you're incorrect. Jam Sully still holds the board. The correct answer was Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren hindered in killing Palpatine. In fact, him being there made Palpatine stronger, made him harder to kill.
All right. Okay, so now I've done that one. I think I've done George, JJ, Legendary Legends.
Jedi Order.
Yep, I need aliases in production, right? So let's do aliases.
Did you do Legendary Legends?
Yes, he did.
Legendary Legends.
He did the 600-point one from Legendary Legends. He's hitting all the high value targets. That's his objective, which I think is very smart. It's a very smart way to play. So what you want now, Jim Sully? Aliases for 600.
Yes, sir.
Aliases for 600. Who is Boosh?
Baba Boosh?
Boosh. Who is Boosh? Oh, I forgot to start the timer. Holy crap. There we go. Okay, timer started. Who is Boosh?
Okay. We're talking about aliases. We're talking about like crazy names. I'm gonna go with Chewie.
Is that going to be your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, that's incorrect. Cyrac for the steal. Who is Boosh?
What name is that?
It's not Chewie.
It's that's the alias that he was using on Canto Bite. Oh god, what was his name? What was his actual name?
I'm so glad we got to do this, you guys. I was really looking forward to asking you guys these questions.
I don't know his name. I
This
don't,
is
but I
the
know
hardest
who
one.
the character is.
That's why it's 600. It is the hardest one. Yeah, sure. I'll give a description.
Maybe you can figure it out.
He was on Canto Bite. He was the one that Finn and Rose were looking for. He was the hacker. What is his freaking name?
20
Oh, the
seconds.
stuttering guy, right?
It's I will accept a description of the character the same way I did for Holdo. If you can't get them, name the movie and give me a description of them.
He was in The Last Jedi. He was on Canto Bite. He was the hacker who dressed slovenly and had a rose pin or whatever pin.
One. Okay. All right. So that's your final answer. It has to be. You're incorrect. No, Boosh is Leia. That is Leia Organa.
Boosh.
Yeah, whenever she dressed up like an assassin in episode 6, her alias was Boosh.
Oh.
So silly.
Nobody else knew that? Am I the only one? Okay, cool. All right, well, Jam Sully, you still hold the court. What do you want next?
We go with aliases again, 500.
Aliases for 500.
That was a ridiculous question. Oosh.
Who is Jaster Morell?
Jaster Morell.
That's the name I said.
Yeah, you said something.
Jaster Morell.
Okay. I'm drawing a complete blank here. Like, I can't even picture anybody in my head.
You didn't draw a complete blank last time when it was Boosh?
Well, Bush, I was like, I'm going to go with Chewie because it sounds like Bush, and it sounds really something like George Lucas would do. It's such a simple thing. I had a picture. Jaster Morell brings nothing to my mind.
30 seconds left.
Is he the scientist from Rogue One? Is he the girl that I don't remember her name? I'm pretty sure that's him, right? Like the scientist who helped build the Death Star. His daughter got taken. Oh no, his daughter didn't get taken. His daughter got hit, and then she shows up.
4.
So I'm gonna go with that scientist guy from the Rogue One.
1. Okay. So this is apparently the hardest category. It's actually thrown you guys out of time. That's insane. No, you're incorrect. Cyrac for the steal. Who is Jaster Morell?
So Jaster Morell sounds like a George Lucas name. And I'll be surprised if it's from the sequels. But I think it's the bounty hunter from episode 2 that was hired by Jango Fett.
Oh my god, that guy?
Ooh. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Well, you're incorrect. And Jam Sully continues to hold the board.
Where's it from?
Jaster Morell is the alias to Boba Fett. It's one of Boba Fett's aliases, Jaster Morell.
I don't remember this.
You were a lot closer than I was. You were a lot closer than I was.
I don't remember this, and I've seen The Mandalorian.
Jeez, you guys. Jaster Morell is one of Boba Fett's nicknames. It's his alias. Gosh. Know your Star Wars. All right, Jam Sully, what do you want next?
We're gonna do production for 600.
All right, production for 600.
How do you expect me to know my Star Wars when I only watch episode 3?
Okay. Oh, we have a daily double.
Okay,
Production for 600 is a daily double. Oh my gosh, I'm going to send Cyrac an email of a picture, and he's going to put it on screen. Once he does, I'm going to ask you a question related to the picture.
Okay.
As soon as the email comes through.
Yep, just give me 1 second. Let's see. I think I saved it in draft, so I could just send it to you. Got to remember how to operate my phone here. Drafts. There it is. And I'm just going to send you the one photo. We don't need the other one
yet.
Yep, we'll need it later, but for now it's just this one. You're just going to throw this up on screen, and then I will ask a question. Subject is going to be Star Wars Trivia 2. Okay, it is sent.
Waiting for it to come through.
Yep, it'll get there when it gets there. There's no rush. Yeah. So how you guys feeling about this new trivia? I'm really surprised that Cyrac hasn't been able to take the board back. Maybe this new rule change was a bad idea.
To some extent, I think it might be. Just because, in fairness, it would be better for me to back and forth, you know. But,
okay, I'm gonna make a new rule change now that the daily double's been
got
found. Yeah, the first daily double. We're gonna go to a commercial break, and after the question's asked, and when we come back, we're gonna switch who gets to pick the questions, and then the next time the daily double's found, we'll do the same thing.
Okay.
How about that, right? But we'll still follow this rule, but now that we're at a commercial break. Okay, so here's this picture, right? You can see the picture?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so the question is, I gotta re-pull up my questions.
Yep.
Here we go. That's not right. There it is. Okay. So this is production for 600, daily double. Okay, how many points do you want to bet? That's first. How many points do you want to bet? I'm not even going to ask you the question yet. How many points do you want to bet?
How many points am I at?
You have 1,700.
Let's bet 300. Wait.
Okay.
Wait a second. If I bet 300, that means it doubles and just becomes 600, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes 600 if you get it right, or you'd lose 300 if you get it wrong.
Let's do 400 then.
Okay, 400. Throwing 400 on the line here. Okay, so the question is, now I'm assuming you've taken a good look at this photo.
Yeah.
What national park was this location filmed in?
Oh,
you're going to get a minute and 30 seconds. And the timer has started. Go ahead and take your time to think about it. No reason to rush to conclusions. What's that?
It's Yellowstone.
That's your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. I think well, you're wrong. So you lose 400 points. But I don't think in a daily double we get the opponent a chance to steal. I'm pretty sure that's a thing because of the fact that you can bet points. So that is a good time for us to take a commercial break, and we'll switch back, and Cyrac will be enjoyed. We can get rid of this picture now. No, that's Death Valley National Park. Death Valley. Yep, Death Valley. Yep, you're absolutely wrong. You lose 400 points. You're down to 1,300 with still a commanding lead.
All right. So since it's a commercial break, real quick. Yeah. Trying to get that knowledge.
That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. Hey, maybe the big picture again. I'm the host. I want to be big. I want to be a big boy. Yay! All right, so welcome back to the second half of the show, or the the second third of the show. Because when we get the next Daily Double, we'll also do another commercial break / flip flop. Cyrek, are you keeping track on your end by typing down what questions have been asked?
I've been trying to, but I keep on forgetting to.
Oh, okay, good. Because I'm going to smoke a cigarette, but I'll keep going. But I'm walking away from my piece of paper. But I'll keep the questions going. I got the timer and I know the questions.
Okay. So I get a pick now?
Yeah, absolutely, sir. It's your board. Now, granted, all the 600-point questions are gone, and several 500-point questions are gone, and one 400-point question is gone. I believe the was it JJ for 400? I think is gone.
Yeah.
But
JJ
all the 600s are gone, and a couple 500s are gone.
So I'm gonna go with Legendary Legends for 400.
I think 500 is left in that category. Let me look at the questions real quick. I'll know if I've asked it. Yeah, so yeah, Legendary Legends does still have 500. Do you want to go for 400 still?
Yeah, I still want to go for 400.
Okay, Legendary Legends for 400. The question is, what did Han Solo do before he became a smuggler?
Before he became a smuggler?
That is the question.
If I remember correctly, he was... I think that's the only thing that didn't change in the Solo story, was he was part of the Imperials. He was part of the Imperial Army.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is incorrect. You're wrong. No, we're talking about the books, not the movies. It's Legendary Legends.
The one in the Legends.
Okay,
Oh, well.
Jam Sully for the steal. What did Han Solo do before he became a smuggler? Timer. Hold on, timer. Okay, and all right, timer started.
Okay. I was actually with you as well, Cyrac, for a little bit, but then I was like, well, he actually had like multiple things that were happening. So I know at one point he was just a straight gambler, a hustler, more accurately. He worked with Lando a little bit before he actually, gambled the Millennium Falcon and won that from him. His family, at least in the books, were semi-politicians and rose up through the ranks. So I would say he was a hustler and a con artist.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
All right, Jam Sully just got 400. He just got 400 points and took the board. He was a con artist. Absolutely. Before he became a smuggler, he was a con artist.
That's right.
And in the books, that's how he got his name Han Solo, was from a con job. That was one of his aliases. And since he didn't have a name because he was an orphan that grew up as a street urchin, he stuck with that name. So there you go.
All right.
Congratulations.
Taking that board back, bro. Let's go.
Yeah. Get over it.
So you're at 1,700 again. You got your 400 points back. And then what did you pick?
Legendary Legends 500, because I didn't realize I didn't take a 500 there.
All right, Legendary Legends for 500. Who is the first main character to die from the original trilogy?
From the original trilogy, main character to die.
That was a really short-lived run, Cyrac.
I know. One question.
Main characters.
How was I supposed to know that Jam Sully would have also known the answer? Like, you've already, if I'm not mistaken, you've actually already answered more questions than I expected people to answer. So Good job, guys.
Just remember, guys. This is all scripted. I'm supposed to lose.
Oh yeah. You won last round. Now, granted, you still have the point total victory. Oh, sorry, I'm taking away. You have 45 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I don't know what would be counted as main characters. Oh man, Admiral Akbar.
Is that your final answer?
No, actually, it's gonna be Rogue Leader. Crap, what is his actual name?
No, it's fine. I'll accept Rogue Leader if you want to just call him Rogue Leader. I'll accept that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your final answer? 5 seconds left?
Yeah.
Okay, you're wrong. That's absolutely not the case. Rogue Leader is not a main character, thank you. Cyrac, for the steal, who is the first main character from the original trilogy to die?
Han Solo.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're also wrong. Remember, this is Legendary Legends. We're not talking about the canon. We're talking about the expanded universe. Chewbacca. Chewbacca is the first character to die in the expanded universe.
Crap, you're right.
Oh, yeah, he is in the books. Yep. Son of a gun.
Jeez, it's one of the easiest questions I could have think of.
He died saving Han. That's it. He died saving Han.
It doesn't count.
I was totally thinking the movies, and I was like, okay, let's see what movie character, because then I was gonna be like Obi-Wan, duh.
That was Legendary Legends for 500, Legendary Legends for 400. You're back plus 400, so you're back at 1,700, and you hold the board. No one got that one right, so you hold the board, Jam Sully. What do you want to pick next?
Let's go with Aliases. No, I did the Aliases twice, so let's go with production for 500.
Production for 500. Okay. What actor said he felt more free to develop his character in episode 2?
In episode 2?
That's right.
Felt more free to develop his character. Samuel L. Jackson.
Is that going to be your final answer?
Yeah, I think it is, just because I do remember interviews where he got to do a lot more stuff. It felt like, this is opinion, but it felt like he had more freedom than everyone else did. So yeah, I'm going to go with Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay, all right. You're wrong. But that's good. Okay, Cyrac, for the steal, what actor said he felt more free to develop his character in episode 2?
I know it has to be a main character. It's probably gonna be. I'm trying to think of who all was in the second movie. We had Anakin, we had Obi-Wan, we had.
It's the 5th movie, but okay.
Oh, you're.
Episode 2. Episode 2 is the 5th movie. 4, 5, and 6 are the first 3.
Yeah, no, you said episode 2, so I'm Anakin, Obi-Wan, Mace.
I know, you just, for some reason, you said the second movie, and it's not the second movie. It's the 6th.
So are we talking about Empire then?
No, we're talking about episode 2, Attack of the Clones, but it's not the second movie.
Okay.
Or 5th.
What is his name?
You have 30 seconds.
Ian. He played Sheev Palpatine. Ian McDermott, I think it is. Yeah, Ian McDermott.
That's your final answer?
Final answer.
Okay, well, both of you are wrong, so Jam Sully still holds control of the board. The answer...
Before you answer, is it Ewan McGregor?
No, it's Frank Oz, Yoda. Episode 2 was the first time there was a digital Yoda, and Frank Oz was like, hey, this actually frees me up to develop my character better.
Okay.
Yep, there you go.
All right.
So you're both wrong. Jam Sully, you hold control of the board. Where do you want to go from here?
Before I answer,
JJ's not getting any love.
He doesn't
all
deserve
the
any.
500s and 600s gone?
No, J.J. Abrams hasn't gotten the love. The only J.J. Abrams one is 400, so there's still a 6 and 5 for J.J.
Let's do 600 on J.J.
J.J. Abrams for 600.
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, J.J. Abrams for 600. Here we go. What character embodies Episode 7? This is obviously this is from J.J. Abrams' mouth. So
yeah,
what character embodies Episode 7? Yep. Oh, got to start the timer. Totally forgot. There we go. Timer started.
And you said I was dropping the ball at the beginning of the stream.
Oh, shut up. At least I'm not failing at Star Wars trivia.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty easy whenever you make the questions.
And I don't want to say the character I'm thinking because I think it's a stupid character, and I'd be really mad at JJ if that was the case.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a stupid answer because it's JJ.
So I'm actually going to go with BB-8.
Is that your final answer?
Such a stupid answer, but
Is that your okay? All right, you're wrong. No, J.J. Abrams does not say that BB-8 embodies Episode 7. Cyrac for the Steel, according to J.J. Abrams, what character embodies Episode 7?
So Episode 7. Let's go. Let's figure this out by using brain power.
Who needs brains?
Episode 7 was just nostalgia bait. And it was just a rehash of Episode 4 and 5. So the only characters from the original trilogy that we got that would embody it would be Han and Leia. So I'm gonna go with Han because it's a massacre of the entire Star Wars franchise. So Han Solo.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
Okay, well you're wrong. No.
Gotta figure that one.
So good job, everybody. Jam Sully still holds the board and gets to pick what's going on, and
It's
still
Finn,
has
isn't
a
it?
1,700 point lead. And the correct answer is Episode 7 is embodied by Kylo Ren.
What?
The character Kylo Ren embodies Episode 7.
Okay, sure. I don't see that, but okay.
All right. Yeah, it's a dumb answer.
Because
so,
because he inherited the legacy of Darth Vader and has to make a new name of it from the things that were left by the past.
So then Disney inherited Star Wars and has to make a new name of it? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, so Kylo Ren. All right, Jam Sully, what do you want?
I guess if we're looking at patterns, yeah. We're going to go with J.J. Abrams for 5.
Okay, J.J. Abrams for 500. Let me just write that down. So that's J.J. Abrams for 6, 5, and 4. 400, 500, 600. That still leaves... Gosh, just about everything hasn't had 400. But okay, so J.J. Abrams for 500?
Yep.
According to JJ, the Star Wars saga is told by which character? This is a callback question.
Yeah, according to JJ.
We asked this about George Lucas.
I'm just worried JJ doesn't have the right answer.
now we get to say who does JJ say that the saga is told by?
Oh man, JJ, who are you thinking the story's told by? Because again, R2D2 is the only one that it makes sense to be told from. I'm still gonna go with that. I hope he followed George Lucas's idea. I'm gonna go with R2D2.
That's your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, well you're wrong. No, that's not what you think. Cyrac for the Steel.
Maz Kanata. Final answer.
Who, according to JJ, is the Star Wars saga told by?
Maz Kanata. Final answer.
I'm starting the timer. And okay, what was that?
Maz, could I have a final answer?
Oh, is that your final answer?
Yes.
No, you're wrong. You're both wrong. Jam Sully still holds the board. No, it's C-3PO. The whole story is told by C-3PO. Because without C-3PO, this is an exact quote. If C-3PO wasn't there wouldn't be a title crawl.
What?
Yeah, that's an exact. He said if C-3PO wasn't around, there wouldn't even be a title crawl.
How does? Hold on.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Yep. My brain stopped.
No, I don't get it.
Because don't the astromechs, when they're in their ship, they have basically the same lineup, right? When they're talking, it comes out through like a screen, and it's like weird, almost like the same style as the title crawl.
Nope, that's not what JJ thinks. Okay, so Jam Sully, you still hold the board. What do you want?
All right, let's do George Lucas for 400. Have we done that?
Let's take a look. No, we have not. George Lucas for 400. We're still at 1,700 points for Jam Sully and 0 for Cyrac. George Lucas for 400 points. What does George call Christopher Lee's character?
I definitely want clarification.
This is kind of a callback. This is kind of a callback question as well. Oh, nice.
George Christopher Lee's character.
Yeah, like because remember the last time we did a George Lucas, we were like, what are the rabbit frog creatures called according to George Lucas? So it's that same vein. So what is Christopher Lee's character called by George Lucas?
Sith wannabe.
Is that your final answer?
No, that's not my final answer. I'm actually going to go with Darth Tyrannus. No, Darth T-Rex. That's my final answer.
Okay. No.
Nope. He didn't want to call it Darth T-Rex. He named it Tyrannus.
Nope. That's actually not it. Cyrac for the steal. What? I gotta find it again. What does George call Christopher Lee's character?
Right?
A disillusioned Jedi that thinks the Sith would be better for the galaxy.
Maybe is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I didn't word this question right because I'm starting to think it might be my fault. Because no, both of you are wrong.
Is it just Count Dooku?
Okay, so Dooku, right? That's his name, Dooku.
Yes. Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, he calls him Doku.
Doku.
It would have been better if. How does George Lucas pronounce Christopher Lee's character's name?
Fair enough. Yeah, so that might have been my fault. But Jam Sully, you still hold the board. What is your next choice?
What have I done on Legendary Legends, or what have we done on Legendary Legends?
Okay, so Legendary Legends, 400, 500, and 600.
Okay, and then aliases.
500 and 600.
Let's do 400 on aliases.
Aliases for 400. Let's take a look. So aliases for 400. Daily double! You get the next daily double. I'm going to email a picture to Cyrac for him to put on screen.
Okay.
Oh, I like that. That's funny. Yeah. Sorry. Might be 0 now, but don't forget I have 10,000. That's good. I like that. Okay, but I'm gonna email Cyrac a picture. I'm gonna let you look at it. I'm gonna read you a question, and we're gonna go from there. Do you want to go ahead and
double too? Honestly, sorry. Go ahead.
Huh?
This is a perfect daily double because he got it. He got it on the last turn.
He got the last two as well. Yeah, he got the last round, the last game. He got both, and this time you get both.
No. I meant in the sense of like he gets to take over the board And he got to take over board last game, and so this time he'll get to take over board again. And I've had it for a hot minute, so it's perfect.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm gonna lose it again immediately.
Yeah, probably. So Jam Sully, how many points do you want to put on the board here? How many do you want to bet before I even show you the picture?
Okay, so everything's at 400 at this point, so I'm gonna pick 400 because I can't lose really any more points than that. So let's do 400.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just give me a second. I'm setting the email up.
You're good.
And it is sent. And now let me pull back up my trivia and get get the question here. Okay, and so you're betting 400 points.
Yes, sir.
Write that down. So you're risking going back to 1,300, just like last time.
Yep.
Let me go ahead and change the timer. You're going to get 1.5 minutes instead of 1:15.
Okay.
And as soon as we get the picture up, we will go ahead and I'll ask you the question.
Oh, man. I'm ready for this question. I hope it's another Death Valley moment, because I got this one now. The answer is all Death Valley.
Yeah, it might be. The Daily Double is a little trickier than most.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I can see the picture, and it's not what you think.
So it's not Death Valley? Oh, God. Okay. Is the question, who is this man?
Okay, the question is, who is this a picture of?
So it might as well just been, who is this man?
So you get 1.5 minutes. Is it possible for you to zoom in? I think I sent the wrong one. I had a more zoomed in one. Okay, yeah, there you go. That's good. I thought I had a better picture of it. I think I sent you the wrong one. But there you go. That fixed it. I'm pretty sure that was how I cropped the picture. Yeah, I think I sent you the wrong one. But yeah, so you get you have another 1 minute and 5 seconds to think of who this man is.
Elephant Trump face.
More specifically, who is this character? Because who's to say if it's a man or a woman?
Yeah.
It's who is this character? They're a very famous character.
Oh, I got it. It's Crazy Eye Magoo.
What? Say that again? I didn't hear you. The mic.
Magoo.
Crazy-eyed Magoo. Is that your final answer?
No, that's definitely my final.
You have 30 seconds.
We're gonna go with
400 points on the line.
Icha. Yeah, we're gonna go Ichita or something crazy like that. That sounds Star Warsy.
All right, and that's your final answer?
You didn't give yourself points, Direct? Do you know this one?
He doesn't. Remember, there's no stealing the Daily Double, but that's your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer.
Okay, good. You just ran out of time. All right. So what was it again? Say it for me.
I said Ichita, Bakal, or Ta. I don't fucking know.
Okay, no, that's Garadan. That's Garandan. Garandan. He's very famous. We all know him. He's in episode 4. He's the spy that turns in Han Solo and Luke and Obi-Wan and Chewie to the Empire as they're leaving Tatooine.
Not only that, he was also working alongside Jabba.
Yep, very famous character.
I knew he worked for Jabba. I just never knew his name. Never cared about him. He was a weird looking dude. Or female, whatever. It.
Yeah, let's just say it, because I don't know if it's male or female. It.
Well,
there you go. Yep, that's the second Daily Double. So the board's going to go back to Cyrac after this commercial break.
Commercial.
Hey, yep, James Sully loses 400 points back to 1,300. Cyrac with a commanding 10,000 point lead.
All right, so commercial break.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. I loved it.
She's adorable.
Fubuki is great.
As an adorable VTuber. Okay, welcome back to the third part. We only have a fourth part, which is the final question of the night. But we still have plenty of questions on the board. The daily doubles were actually found pretty freaking early. I think it has to do with the strategy of starting from the bottom, which I did not expect, but I should have, because these people don't understand how to play games properly. Cyrac, you have the board. What would you like?
Let's go with Legendary Legends for 100.
Legendary Legends for 100.
Taking that easy route. All right, I got you.
It's probably about time.
Yeah, just put points on the board. I get it.
What legendary war does Luke know about?
The Clone Wars.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You're correct! For 100 points!
Yes, Cyrac. I know I shouldn't vote for you or cheer for you, but yeah.
That's 100 points on the board. 100 points on the board. Legendary Legends 100 answered. Absolutely great. Okay, Cyrac, you still have command of the board. What would you like to do next?
Let's go with Jedi Order for 200.
Jedi Order for 200. According to the Jedi Code, there is no passion, there is blank.
Oh, I know this.
You don't know this, man.
I do.
There is no passion, there is blank. What is that word missing there? Or multiple words even. If there's a blank, it doesn't mean it's just one word. It could be a whole sentence.
There is no passion, there is only peace. Final answer.
Peace is your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're incorrect.
Yeah.
Jam Sully, you get an option to steal here. According to the Jedi Code, there is no passion, there is blank. Jam Sully for the steal.
All right.
Take the board back.
Maybe I am crazy because I also thought Cyrac was right because I was like, it's peace, right? But I guess it's not peace, so...
There is no passion.
I may be thinking about the original Jedi Code. Because they did change it.
This is actually like the fourth line in the code.
Did you hear me?
No. What'd you bet? What'd you got?
I said there is no passion, there is the Force.
That's great, Jedi.
Answer?
Yes.
Okay, well, you're both wrong. Cyrac holds command of the board. Let me go ahead and mark down that's Legendary Legends 1 and 2. All that's left is the 300. No, the proper answer is Serenity. There is no passion, there is Serenity.
Yeah.
So that's we got 100 on the board there for Cyrac.
That was also Jedi Order,
down to
by the way.
1,300.
That was Jedi Order.
Oh, that was Jedi Order. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that was Jedi Order.
So Legendary Legends 100, Jedi Order 200? Or did you do Jedi Order both 1 and 2?
I have not done 2 yet.
Okay, so Jedi Order 2. So Legendary Legends 100, 400, 500, 600. Jedi Order is 200, 500, 600.
Yep.
Okay, what is your next pick?
Let's go Jedi Order for 300.
Jedi Order for 300. What do the blue, green, and yellow lightsaber colors represent?
Blue, green, and yellow?
That's correct. Blue, green, and yellow.
So, blue means that you're more combat-oriented. Green means that you're more force...
Titles. I need the titles.
There's
titles.
There's titles?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
You're definitely on the right track if you're going with the vague sense of it, but I need the actual titles.
Oh God.
35 seconds.
Knight for blue. Force Adept for green. And then for yellow, Guardian. Final answer.
Okay, that's your final answer?
Yep.
Okay, well, you're wrong. All right.
Yeah,
So,
yep.
Jam Sully for the steal. What do the blue, green, and yellow lightsaber colors represent?
Okay. The blue, green, and yellow. All right. I definitely thought he was kind of on the right path as well, so I'm probably gonna get it wrong. Because I thought it was, as he said, blue is Knights, but I think it's green is Guardian. Yellow is an off one and usually reserved for like for librarians and stuff like that. Which I don't know if they're Guardians though. Because I know part of it was like what I was answering last time, if I'm not mistaken, to a different question. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the
30 seconds
librarian
left.
for yellow. And what were the three? Was it just those three?
Blue, green, and yellow.
Yeah, yellow. I'm gonna go with Force Adept. Yeah.
15 seconds.
That's my final answer.
What's blue and green?
I told you. Blue is Knights, green is Guardian, and yellow is Force Adept.
Okay, and that's your final answer?
Yeah.
All right, you're wrong. Both of you are wrong. I was going to send it to the judges until you got one of the proper words put in the wrong place because you guys were both on the right trail. But no, it's blue is Guardian, green is Counselor, and yellow is Sentinel.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys were on the right track, but once both of you decided to throw Guardian in there for the wrong color, I was like, I can't send it to the judges.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But Cyrac, you still hold command of the board. What do you want to do next?
Production for 100.
Production for 100. All right, this is gonna be a fun one. Remember, all the 100 questions are the easy ones.
Yep.
According to Mark Hamill, what is Luke a symbol of?
Hope and optimism. Final answer.
And that's your final answer?
Yep.
Okay, all right. You're correct. Optimism.
Okay,
Optimism.
so I got half of it. Yeah.
Yep, good enough. You're at 200 points there. Production, 100. All right. Yeah, optimism. You control the board. What's next? I guess from now on, if you guys do say that's my final answer, I'm not going to ask you again. I've kind of been doing it as a joke. But yeah, if you just say it's my final answer, I'm just going to take it as it is. So, all right.
So we did production for 100, so let's do production for 200.
Production for 200. All right. Let's see what we got here. Production for 200. What movie/book was Rey's journey in The Rise of Skywalker based on, according to Chris Terrio, the co-writer of Episode 9?
That's a 200 for production.
Wait, I know this, but I can't think of the freaking book's title. For Episode 9.
I love this question. I like the fact that James is like, wait, that's 200 points? It's like, yes, it is. They all get harder. You guys didn't answer the 500 or 600 in this category either, remember?
Yeah. So I'm going to say that Rey's journey is based off the movie and book of
30 seconds.
The Odyssey, considering that it's a journey home for her. Final
the Odyssey
answer
is your final answer. Okay, you're incorrect. That is not what Chris Terrio said.
Okay.
So Jam Sully for the steal. He's the co-writer of episode 9. Jeez, I just told you. All right. So for the steal, what movie/book was Rey's journey in the Rise of Skywalker based on, according to Chris Terrio, co-writer of episode 9?
Movie/.
It's not the Odyssey. Because I know you have a habit of answering the same thing.
I really like his answers, so I'm just gonna tell you, right?
I know he said he was wrong, but maybe I'll be right.
Okay. Movie/book. Let's go with Huck and Finn. Or Huckleberry Finn. Sorry, not Huck and Finn. Huckleberry Finn.
Is that going to be your final answer, Huckleberry Finn?
Yeah, because it's a weird story with like some weird progressions in it.
Okay, yeah, you're wrong. You're wrong. No, it's The Heart of Darkness. The Heart of Darkness.
I've never heard of that.
I feel like I've heard that, but I don't know what that book is at all.
It's The Heart of Darkness. Cyrek, you hold the board. We're going to get into the lightning round because we're running out of time for the evening. So from now on, you only get 45 seconds.
Production for 300.
Production for 300.
I think there's a 400 still.
Yes, there's still 400 in production. Production for 300. What famous writer was cited as inspiration for both George Lucas and the writers of the sequel trilogy?
Who is it? It's an old
I'm not
playwright.
telling you. He's asking who is it. I'm not telling you who it is. I'm asking you who it is.
Inspiration for George Lucas and the writers would be oh god, it's not Plato, it's Aristotle.
20 seconds. Is that your final answer, Aristotle?
Yes.
Okay, well, you're incorrect. Jam Sully for the steal.
Okay.
What famous writer was cited as inspiration for both George Lucas and the writers of the sequel trilogy?
George Lucas and the writers of the sequel.
It's not Aristotle.
Yeah, by the way, it's not Aristotle. If you were wondering.
Writer. Can we go weird with it? Let's go weird with it. I'm gonna go with Shakespeare.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Shakespeare. You're both incorrect. Cyrek holds command of the board still. It's Joseph Campbell. Joseph Campbell.
I don't know who
that is. They all said they were inspired by Joseph Campbell.
Let's go production for 400.
Finishing off the production category. Production for 400. Finish this quote by the co-writer of episode 9. And if you remember earlier, that was Chris Terrio. So finish this quote by Chris Terrio. It takes great courage for Rey to go into Exegol. It takes great courage for Poe to fly to Exegol. And blank from Finn. I can read it again if you'd like.
Resolve.
Resolve. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You're incorrect. Jam Sully for the steal. Would you like me to read the quote again?
Yes, please.
Okay. It takes great courage for Rey to go to into Exegol. It takes great courage for Poe to fly to Exegol. And blank from Finn.
And hope from Finn.
Hope. Is that your final answer?
Nah, we're gonna go with
you have 20 seconds.
We're gonna go with love from Finn.
Love. Okay, love. Yeah. All right. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Cyrax still holds the board because you're incorrect. No, it's actually really simple. It takes great courage for Rey to go into Exegol. It takes great courage for Poe to fly to Exegol, and great courage from Finn.
That's dumb.
That's a quote. That's a quote. He said that. He said that. Okay.
And blank from Finn. Okay.
Great courage.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, they all take great courage. I just love the fact that it's like great courage to go to Exegol, to fly to Exegol, and Finn. Great courage from Finn.
Who done it 100?
Who done it 100? Oh, exciting. I'm excited to do this. Okay. Who decides the best choice of action is to save race space horses instead of slave children?
Rose Tico.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You're correct. Rose Tico decides it's better to save the horses rather than the slave children. You're now at 300 points. What would you like to do next?
Who done it 200?
Who done it for 200? Who does BB-8 belong to? Who does BB-8 belong to?
Poe Dameron.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You're correct! For 200 points, Poe Dameron is the proper owner of BB-8. But at the end of The Rise of Skywalker, BB-8 hangs out with Rey. Because for some reason, she stole his droid. Okay.
She stole a name? She stole a droid?
Yeah, oh yeah.
She's a good person.
She stole the Millennium Falcon. Anyways, let's move on. What's next?
Who done it 300?
Who done it for 300? That leaves 400, and the category will be closed. Here we go. Who done it for 300? Who shows Kylo an act of kindness?
Rey. Final answer.
Rey is correct. Rey is the first person, according to the freaking movie, for some stupid reason, even though they have to be wrong. Yeah, Rey's the first person.
They're wrong in the movie in general. Like, Han Solo walks up to her and is like, I forgive you, son. It's okay. I love you.
Nope, it's Rey. Rey is the first person to show an act of kindness. Cyrac at 800, very closely, closing the gap. Cyrac, what's next?
The last one for Who Done It.
Who Done It for 400, closing out the category. We're getting real close to the final question here, ladies and gentlemen. Who Done It for 400? Whom do the stormtroopers describe as cool? Do you need me to read that again?
Whom do the stormtroopers describe as cool?
Yes.
That can mean so many different things depending on the context. I'm gonna go with Phasma.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
You're incorrect. James Sully for the steal. Whom do the stormtroopers describe as cool?
Describe as cool. Well, just to follow that trend, I was totally agreeing with Phasma. But let's go with Kylo Ren.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. No, you're both wrong. Cyrac keeps holding the board. It's the Knights of Ren. The Knights of Ren.
You mean the ones that were in the movie for all 5 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah, in The Rise of Skywalker.
Wait, they had 5 minutes too? I thought it was like 5 seconds.
I think throughout the entire trilogy, they might have gotten 2 minutes of screen time. But so to make sure the audience remembered that they're really cool, JJ decided that some stormtroopers walking past and seeing them should be like, "Is that the Knights of Ren? Cool."
All right, George Lucas for
just so everybody remembered how cool they were. All right, hey, we're gonna change it. It's gonna be 35 seconds because you guys are getting these pretty quick, and I just want to make sure we keep the speed up so we can get this over with. George Lucas for 100?
Yep.
Okay. George Lucas, 100. Finish this quote. George Lucas explained the Force to a team of writers for the Clone Wars by saying, this is the quote, here we go, quote, "The dark side is pleasure biological, temporary, and easy to achieve. The light side is joy everlasting and difficult to achieve. It must overcome laziness, quick pleasure, and overcome fear, which leads to hate. Blank."
Which leads to anger. Which leads to suffering. End quote.
Okay, is that your final answer?
Yes.
You're incorrect. Jam Sully for the steal.
We watched this! I know this!
Jam Sully for the steal. You're interrupting him. Do you need me to read it again? You have 30 seconds.
Not the whole thing, just the past the light side part.
The light side is joy everlasting and difficult to achieve. It must overcome laziness, quick pleasure, and overcome fear, which leads to hate. Blank. 10 seconds.
Which leads to hate. Hate everlasting.
Final answer?
Yeah, sure.
No, it has to be. Has to be. You're out of time. Okay. No, both of you are wrong. Cyrax still holds the board. The exact quote was, "It must overcome laziness, quick pleasure, and overcome fear, which leads to hate. Amen. Now let us pray."
Yep. I forgot about the amen.
Amen.
He turns it into a really good joke. He turns it into a solid joke after explaining the Force. Okay, Cyrax, what do you want?
George Lucas for 200.
George Lucas for 200. According to Lucas, in an interview about selling Star Wars, what does he call Disney?
White slavers. Final answer.
And that's 200 points. You're at 1,000.
Nice.
You're absolutely right. He calls them white slavers. Good stuff. It's one of my favorite quotes by George Lucas. Okay, what's next?
It's so crazy to think that he stole it and then was like, "I'm going to insult you guys the whole time."
Yeah. Well, he literally said, "I can't believe." He basically says, "I can't believe I just sold my children to white slavers," referring to his movies.
Oh my god!
All right, what you got, Cyrax?
George Lucas for 300.
What age does George want Yoda to act like in Episode 2?
Well,
and that closes out the George Lucas category.
So he wanted him to act childish, but wise. So he wanted him to act about
10.
I'm going to say 8.
8. You want him to act 8? 8 is your final answer?
Yep.
Okay, you're incorrect. Jam Sully for the steal.
I actually thought he wanted him to act in his because you were right, like childish, but like teenage kind of years. So I was thinking he wanted him to act roughly about 20.
That's your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, both of you are wrong. It's 403. You wanted him to act 403.
Of course. Because the Yoda species is ancient.
Yeah, why not? At 403.
All right, Cyrax, you have the board. What do you want next?
So, whodunit, George Lucas, and production are out?
No. Oh, yeah. All three of those are out. You're absolutely right.
All right, so let's go with Jar Jar Abrams for 100.
J.J. Abrams 100 is... What was the reason J.J. gave for the knife MacGuffin in The Rise of Skywalker?
Mystery box. No, not that. If I remember correctly, the reason he gave for the knife was that he needed the characters to find the Emperor, so he just put it there. Final answer.
Okay, you're wrong. That is not the reason he gave. Jam Sully for the steal.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'm stealing this one. Okay, so what reason do you get for the knife? I'm gonna go with because why not?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer.
Okay, you're both wrong, but that's Jam Sully, you're on the right track. The correct answer is, and I quote, "I just love the arrow. She can go, quote, that's where it is."
Okay, yeah.
He looks at the knife and he pulls out the little dangly thing and he's like, "Oh, I really like this," because she can be like, "Oh, that's where it is." Cyrac, you still hold the board. What do you want next?
JJ for 2.
According to JJ, what is the theme of Star Wars?
It's gonna be the thing with JJ. It's just gonna be craziness.
No, that's why I added this category, because you guys like George Lucas so much because he says some like wild, crazy things, and I was like, dude, JJ says even crazier things.
The theme of Star Wars is I'm trying to think crazy, and all I can come up with is hope.
Right?
Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, you're wrong. Jam Sully for the steal.
Right. The theme of Star Wars is magic in space.
The final answer?
Yeah.
Nope, both of you are wrong. Cyrac still holds the board. The theme for Star Wars, and I quote, is the idea that people of human scale can undo a machine of impossible scale.
Okay, that's stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
He puts big words together to make it sound like he's smarter than he is.
Yeah. Okay. So the entire quote, not what just the question was, but the entire quote. The idea that people of human scale can undo a machine of impossible scale definitely feels like it's a theme of the series. So like, as I was like, okay, well, yeah, what does JJ think the theme of the series is? Because it's wrong.
Sure, JJ.
All right, you're up. Cyrac, what do you want?
Do we still have JJ for 3?
Yes, that would finish off the JJ category. Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
All right, JJ category finished off. After this question, we're going to go down to 30-second timers because we're getting close and you guys are answering quick. Okay, finish this JJ quote. This is like that George Lucas one where it's finished the George Lucas quote.
Yep.
That's for JJ. Okay, while writing a Star Wars screenplay, JJ said this about Rey. Quote, the idea that she's so crazy powerful in the Force, so quickly for us. We always felt that there was a connection between her and blank.
I'm gonna say the Force. Final answer.
Okay, you're wrong. Jam Sully, because no one can understand the mind of JJ. What do you think JJ was going to say in this quote?
Can you repeat that quote?
Yeah. The idea that she's so crazy powerful in the Force, so quickly for us, we always felt that there was a connection between her and blank. 20 seconds.
Her and Luke Skywalker.
Final answer?
Yeah, why not?
All right, no, both of you are wrong. Cyrac still holds control of the board. No. In fact, it was, we always felt there was a connection between her and something that would help explain some of these things.
He's not just a regular moron. He's the product of the greatest minds of a generation, working together with the express purpose of building the dumbest moron who ever lived.
Yep. That's what he said. What?
Is he real? Is JJ a real person?
Do you want me to? You want me to read the full quote? You want me to read the full quote?
No.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read the full quote because it's that bad. The idea that she's so crazy powerful in the Force, so quickly for us. We always felt that there was a connection between her and something that would help explain some of these things. That is an exact quote, verbatim.
That makes no freaking sense.
Okay, but sorry. Sorry, we're in the 30 seconds.
Legendary Legends for 200.
Legendary Legends for 200. Yep, we're real close to the end here. Okay. What is the name of the leader of Rogue Squadron?
Captain Antilles.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You're correct. Wedge Antilles is indeed...
Captain.
He's a captain.
He is like an admiral, actually. So that was 200 points, so you're at 1,200. I think he's actually an admiral. What's next? What do you want? You're real close to tying this game.
300.
Legendary Legends for 300. This could be it. You just closed out the category. Maybe you're about to take the lead.
Possibly.
Let's find out. Next week on... Sorry, continue.
Oh, wait. That was the 300-point question. Okay, 200-point question in place of the 300-point question. What creature recently was given the ability to blink?
It's that fucking worm.
20 seconds.
Ewok, final answer.
You're correct for an additional 300 points. That was supposed to be the 200-point question, but it is what it is. You're at 1,500 either way. So you've taken the lead.
I lost my lead.
All right, there's two categories left. There's the Jedi Order and aliases, and you still control
we
the
haven't
board.
touched aliases.
Well, you did. You did a little bit. 6, 5, and 4.
Aliases for 100.
Aliases for 100. This is the aliases are the. Who is Old Ben?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You're correct for 100 points. I told you I set these up right. You guys have actually gotten a lot more right than I expected.
Well,
okay.
I know Antilles because, he's one of the more
recognizable. That's one I expected to get right. What do you want next?
Aliases for 200.
Aliases, 200. Coming right up. 200 points on the table. Cyrac in the lead. Who is Red 5?
It's he's the big dude. Oh god, what is his name? Oh god, I cannot remember his name. It was
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
I can't remember.
3, 2, 1. You're out of time. You didn't give an answer. You're wrong. Jam Sully for the steal. Who is Red 5?
Big Mouth. No. He's a furry, right?
What? No, what?
We're gonna go with Babalu. Final answer.
Okay, you're both wrong. It was Luke. Luke Skywalker is Red 5.
Oh.
That's his handle in the Red Squadron. That's a really easy question.
Of a different character.
Really easy question. Cyrac, you still have the board. What do you want?
Aliases for 300.
Who is Cadet 124239?
Cadet?
Yep. Cadet 124239. Yes, this from Canon. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Ahsoka?
3, 2. Is that your final answer? Has been your final answer. That's your final answer. No, you're wrong. Jam Sully for the steal. Who is Cadet? Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Han Solo. So that's 300 points. You're at 1,600. almost back to your high score.
Almost.
But you've now taken the board. You get to pick what's next. All that's left is Jedi Order for 100, 300, and 400.
Let's do 400. Let's hit it big.
Boom, Jedi Order for 400. If a student isn't chosen to be an apprentice by the age of 13, what does the Jedi Order do with them?
Is it chosen to be an apprentice by the age of 13?
Yes. What does the Jedi Order do with them?
They throw them out on their asses and tell them to get a real job. No. They send them out to go exploring, you know? I don't know. To the library. Yeah, they send them to the library. I like the library, all right? I'm gonna eventually have to have an answer correct, right?
Is that your final answer? They send them to the library?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Incorrect. Sorry for the steal.
They send them into space to explore and find their own way. Final answer.
Ooh, okay. Final answer. You were really close, but then you said find your own way. No, that's incorrect. They send them to what is officially called the Service Corps. They send you to the Council of Reassignment. Remember, we talked about it earlier, the Jedi Service Corps, where they send you into agriculture, medical, educational, or exploration. So you were close when you said exploration, but you said find your own way. No, it is to serve the Jedi.
Okay.
So you're both wrong. Jam Sully, you still hold the board.
Yes. Let's do 300.
Jedi Order for 300. Oh wait, we already did Jedi Order for 300.
We have 200 and 100 left.
Yeah.
Go. 200.
Yeah, sorry. I wrote down 200 and I was wrong. But okay, yeah, 200. According to the Jedi Code, oh, we already did that one. We're almost done.
Is it only 100 then?
Yeah.
Okay, 100.
Yeah, let me make sure there's not something I've overlooked here. Yeah, no, we've done all. Yep, yeah. No, I mismarked. Yeah, so it's just Jedi Order for 100. That's the final question.
Right.
Jedi Order for 100. What rule does Luke change when he makes the new Jedi Order?
What rule does he change? All right. The rule he changes is that you can still be in love.
That's your final answer.
Yeah.
You're correct for 100 points.
That's dope.
Love is acceptable. Marriage is okay. It's okay to have attachments. All of those were going to be acceptable answers.
But you're always able to love in the Jedi Order. You're just not allowed
No.
to have attachments.
Nope.
So technically,
I'm in charge. James Sully's
no,
right.
The thing is,
Your
technically,
question's dumb.
technically, Cyrek, the old Jedi Order was totally fine with being in love with people and having marriage, but then, like, when the New Republic era came in, they were totally against having love.
Okay,
No,
here's
no,
the
no,
thing.
no.
Hold on, you guys. We're at the final question. You can bet as many points as you'd like. It's 1,700 for Jam Sully to 1,600. You can bet as much as you'd like, and I'm going to ask you the final question. We're going to take a 2.5 minute small break with the timer going, and I want you to message me in chat your bet as well as the answer, just like last time.
Okay.
All right.
Let me go ahead and set the timer, because I'm going to smoke a cigarette, and we're not going to talk about this until if there's something you want to put on that's like about 2 minutes long or something like that. Otherwise, we can just sit here and chit chat.
I got something. I got something that I can play.
Okay, but before you play it, I'm going to read the question. But so just get ready to write in chat your bet as well as your answer, and just don't send it until I say to send it. Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and read the question. This is the final question of the night. This is to win it all. Oh, actually, I have something specific. Is it? Can you play like a small clip of Star Wars music without getting in trouble? I forgot all about this. No, you can't. Okay, well I have a backup.
Well, depends on how long.
Just like 3 seconds.
All right.
Can you do 3 seconds?
Yeah. What's the clip? Do you have the clip?
I'm sending it to you now. Hold on.
So did you leave?
So whatever is legal, the illegal amount you can play of this. Play this audio real quick.
Okay. Let's see. If I keep on hitting the wrong fucking one, it won't work.
Yeah, just play that as much as you can legally, and then I'll ask the question.
All right.
Okay, so there you go. What is that genre of music called? Your timer starts now. Go ahead and play a 2-minute like little interlude thing. You get 2.5 minutes.
All right.
Time's up.
All right.
So go ahead and send me your message with your answer and point value. Oh, okay. Starting off, Jam Sully bets 1,699 of his 1,700 points that Space Cantina band music is the correct answer, and you're incorrect. You have 1 point on the board.
Yes.
So your high score is now 1. That's awesome. Great job.
Thank you.
Great job.
That's what I was shooting for. I was not going to have 0 this time.
Yep. Great job. And then Cyrac bet it all 1,600 with the correct answer, Jizz.
It's such a silly name. Oh my god.
Jizz. Jizz. That is the genre of music that the Cantina band plays.
Is George Lucas a pervert?
Nope.
Maybe.
All he did was change one letter in it. It was supposed to be jazz, but then he's like, no, jizz.
So, 2 Star Wars quizzes in a row. Cyrac walks away the winner with the grand total of 13,200 points to 1.
Yes. All right. Congratulations, buddy.
Good job.
Bow out.
Yeah. So, I do have to ask: was that worse than the first quiz?
That was a lot harder.
It was definitely a lot harder, but you know what? I felt like I answered more questions on this one.
Yes, you did. You had a much high. I think. No, I think you got about 1,000 something last time as well. But yeah, I do think. I mean, you definitely, with the rule change of if nobody gets it right, it stays on the person. You were definitely able to hold the board the majority of the game. You had it 2/3 of the game.
Yeah.
Like it was all you in control of, like asking the questions, and very smart play going with the 600 questions first.
Because last time I got 5,000 points. This time I got 1,600.
Yeah. So you stomped. That was good. It didn't work, but it was a good try. I think I succeeded. I made the quiz even stupider. And if I'm gonna have to do this a third time, I really don't know how.
Yeah, at that point, I think if we ever come back on the show and there's other guests at that point, we have a Star Wars moment, you could ask them these questions.
True, yeah, I've got both of them on file. Jeez, they're just so bad. I don't know how to top myself. I don't know how to do an extreme. Because like this one, I thought was just insane. The questions are just insane. But oh yeah, well that's JJ. That's JJ's fault. That's not my fault.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was just like, what are you thinking, JJ?
Yeah. Okay, if I am going to do another one, then I'm going to try to bring George Lucas back, JJ back, and do a Ryan category, all with new questions. Because Ryan, if JJ's crazy, Ryan has to be even crazier, right?
Yeah. Like it has to be just nuts.
So yeah, if I was going to do it again, I'd totally introduce Ryan. I don't know if I could. I mean, there's definitely a lot of stuff George Lucas has said, but I don't know if there's. I'm sure there is, but it's like the point of those categories is like, what are some of the craziest things this person's ever said in regards to this movie series?
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm running out with George Lucas after 12 crazy things he said. But JJ, those 6 crazy things totally outdid the 12 crazy things George has said, because most of them are actually still kind of understandable, where it's, like, who tells the story? R2-D2. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. JJ, who tells the story? Oh, it's C-3PO, clearly. What?
How's he telling the story?
And what's Ryan think? If Ryan's asked, like, so who tells the story? What's Ryan gonna freaking say? Holdo. Holdo's clearly the most important person in the entire series. Duh. If it wasn't for her, no one would even know that there was a Star Wars.
Hey, I'm actually going to interrupt you guys because my phone is about to die.
Oh no, it's a good time to call it. I'm ready to
have to call it on my
hit the hay. Oh, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad we got to finish that video freaking finally. And y'all.
I could make one of these and put a lot of jokes into it, considering there is a vast majority of meme culture around Star Wars on all 3 trilogies.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd be down for it too.
Yeah, I mean, I'll participate in a Star Wars quiz that the intention is to fail.
Yeah. I could do that. I'll come up with some things.
All right, 7 categories, 6 questions apiece.
Yep,
that's the standard, and then the one final question. So you got to come up with 48 questions.
All right, I will, and
right,
48 answers.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Thank you, Tyrex, for having me on here.
No problem.
You have a good night, bro. Good night, Austin. I'll talk to you later.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
Peace, guys.
Bye.
Later.
I'm also going to go ahead and leave. It's been a lot of fun. Can't wait to do this again, unless we're watching terrible videos, and then I can wait. I can wait for more terrible videos.
Oh no, that's the format now. Terrible videos.
Yeah, it seems to be. Until we can
get Delander on and continue the Kingdom Hearts, which I think James would enjoy watching as well.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, the Kingdom Hearts thing, it's less about you playing Kingdom Hearts and more about just talking.
Yeah.
So I'd be down with that. I can't wait to do that. That's definitely what I'm looking forward to get Delander back on and play some Kingdom Hearts, and then I'm gonna start throwing some flat Earth theory at him.
Yes. So, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, but either way, I do think at some point, can we watch a video that we like, or would that be boring?
No, it wouldn't be boring because we can add to it. What we could do though is watch videos on the conspiracy theories and watch Delander tumble into madness.
That would be kind of fun too. Actually, is watch videos on conspiracy theories because and
point out the flaws in them and try and strengthen them.
Yeah, and Steel Man. Yeah, do both because there's some conspiracy theories that I really find entertaining. So yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right.
So
cool.
next one is going to be on conspiracy theories. I just got to find a couple.
Okay, cool. That'd be way more fun than these freaking stupid video essays that I hate. I'd rather listen to videos about people saying that Trump's a time traveler from the future. That's a crazy one.
That is a crazy one. I know that one.
Yeah, dude.
It's been good. I'll see you.
Yeah, have a good night. Bye, everybody.